It's always that delay with StreamYard lately as well. It will say you're live, and then on YouTube you're not live.
What, are we live now?
Yeah, I've just clicked it, literally just a second. I don't think it's come up yet.
Hello.
I don't know. Just give it a minute or two, just so it.
It's on because I've already got a message.
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I used StreamYard.
Probably close.
It hasn't come up on my phone yet, so.
It came up on mine. Mine's already on.
I'll restart. Oh, there you go.
Oh, live. Please let us know down in the comments, because all of our phones, for some reason, with YouTube, are just running exceptionally slow to the least.
Hello.
I might.
I've just got to watch this ad quick.
I think I might just restart on this. Then
I don't know what the ad is.
We've said it for a while.
Oh, there you go. We're live. There you go. I can see us.
StreamYard is brilliant, but then delays and stuff. It's getting really, really worse. I think it's getting shocking.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome. We've got it.
Hello, fake beard Smurf.
Oh my god, it started already.
Avid male who'll be mature around next month. Anyone that's a female. There you go. Craig said we can see you.
Wicked. Oh my god, Chris has just put £2 on the chat and said fake beard Smurf. If you know what it's like, if you do a stream, if somebody puts any super chats on, you've got to say it, haven't you? So hi everybody. Tonight we have got Mr Grindlers Creatures on. If you've got any questions for him, drop them down into the comments. There's quite a few people in here, so if I don't see your question, just keep dropping it down there until do, and we'll put them to Jaden.
I got to ask, Scott, why haven't you dyed the beard?
It's the Ginger King, mate. I can't. The ladies like the ginger. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not dyeing it. I don't know. If anything happens to it and I've got to shave it off, I'm going to be so annoyed. And if it was past 9 o'clock, I'd have such stronger words for that. At the show, I couldn't believe how long yours is.
What, my beard? I ain't got a beard.
The hair.
Oh, hair. I can't even grow a beard yet. Yeah, to be fair, I've cut about 4 inches off recently, so I think it was 4 inches. Yeah, about 4 inches. I think that was about, well, to be fair, that was about a month and a half back.
Hello, everybody in chat and everybody that's coming in. There's loads of you, so just a massive hello to everybody. Thanks for popping in. Hello from Upper Hutt, New Zealand. Wow. That's pretty cool.
55 in here at the minute.
If you can all drop a like on the stream, that would be absolutely awesome. We don't, for the first hour, just because we've got children possibly watching, we don't swear. Come 9 o'clock, there's swearing, there's adult conversation. So it's best if you've got any children, come 9 o'clock to remove them from in the front of the stream, say the least. Jaden, so your love for spiders kind of come out of a fear for spiders?
Yeah, I was absolutely petrified of them.
So you literally just turned yourself around with them?
Well, yeah, I've always had a fear of spiders. Like, I don't know. Sorry, the beardy's going mad. Yeah, I was absolutely petrified like the majority of my life, and I went round Craig's house. In his living room, he had a OBT, like a sub-adult OBT. He thought it was a female, but it turned out to be a male in the end. And I was just kind of looking at it, and like all the webbing was absolutely like just mental inside. And I was just like, this is pretty cool. And I must have watched it for about an hour. And then I think after that, like a couple of days later, I just went and bought some tarantulas with Craig. I think we drove to like a pet shop, got some of my own. Obviously, Craig helped me massively, like done all the rehouses at the start of it all. To be fair, he still does quite a few of them from time to time when he comes around.
But that man just got no fear. He has literally just got no fear.
he hasn't got any fear. But like, I've had times where I can't remember who it was in the car. I don't know if it was Craig or someone else. Like where I stopped in like the middle of the road because there was a spider in the car. Like just stopped the car in the middle of the road, got out, and was just like prancing around the road, like trying to get this spider off me.
One had actually come out in the car.
Sorry?
One had actually got out and escaped in the car.
No, like just a normal spider. This was when I was like petrified of him. Like that's how bad it was. Like I literally stopped in the middle of the road because of a little spider from outside was in the car.
What was that first spider that you picked up that you went and bought?
It was either the Brachypelma hamori or it was a Nandu chromatus. I think it was a Nandu chromatus because it was called Grindler. And I'm pretty sure I named my first tarantula Grindler. So, and then I think it was the Brachypelma hamori.
Have you still got it?
The Nandu chromatus matured out as a male, so I haven't got that. But the Brachypelma hamori, I've actually got that. Well, it was sold as what is it, Brachypelma smithy, but it's probably a hamori because you know what pet shops are like.
Oh yeah.
But,
I can remember stuff, posting up on Facebook and going, "Oh, it's this," and then somebody going, "No, that's not, mate. It's this." You're thinking, "No, it is. It is. A pet shop says it is." Then you do a Google, and it's, "Oh no, they're right."
I did do a video on my old channel, and I got like mixed responses on it. But yeah, I had a molt from that. I think it was about 2 months back. It's a female, so that's good. I'm happy with that. It's probably only about that big so far. It's not that big. Don't ask in centimeters. I'm rubbish with measurements.
That big is fine. That tends to be when anybody asks you, especially when you're like at a show, "What's your biggest tarantula?" It's like, it's like this big.
No, I pretty much got like my first 100 tarantulas pretty quick. I think it was like, I don't know, 2 months. But I documented everything from the very beginning on my old channel. So
was that all from Portsmouth?
Nice. Sorry?
Were they mainly from Portsmouth, weren't they, back then?
Yeah, I got a lot of mystery boxes from Portsmouth. I think that's what built my collection up pretty quick.
What have you been following them on TikTok?
Sorry?
Have you been following them on TikTok?
Yeah, they've been doing like fantastic.
Brilliant.
I remember speaking to her at BTS, and like, yeah, just it's crazy that they have blown up. It's a really good concept though, like packing up like orders on TikTok, and like people get to choose if they want their order packed. I think it's brilliant.
It annoys me because I've watched loads and they literally just go, and the spider goes straight in, and then he puts the little tissue on the top, closes it, and that's it. If that was me or you, literally 2 seconds after going like that, it's going to go whoomp. Only like the other week, I had a Balfour sling in my beard.
Balfour sling in your beard?
Yeah. I got told there was only 2, and there wasn't. There was actually 3. So I saw the first 2. I was like, "Yeah, I'll put that in this pot, that in pot," because I was just upgrading their enclosure, like. And then another one come flying out and just went up my arm, and I was like, "Oh no!" And it got to here, and I thought, "Oh, that'd be all right." Well, I grabbed this catch cup, and then it went in my beard. I was like, "I'll have a Balfour."
How are you getting on with communal?
Well, you know me. For 2 years, I was like, "I'm not having a communal. Not having a communal. Not having a communal." It is the best decision in the spiders I've ever made, is to get a Balf communal. There's always something going on. There's always something happening. The webbing is just absolutely amazing. I'm fully prepared to maybe lose 1 or 2 eventually at some point. But if you can accept the fact that you are going to lose 1 or 2, yeah, I think Balfour is pretty damn good as a communal. The big communal that me and Lewis has set up, or the big enclosure, I haven't lost anything out of there yet, and it just looks mint. What attracted you to him? So you got me talking about Balfs.
It was actually Craig. I said to Craig, like, I want to really like, webby species, saying the web's up really good. And what was that place was it Poland? Spidersworld.eu or something?
Spiders World. Is it Spiders World PL or something? .pl?
I don't know. It was one of them out there, and he showed me a picture of some Monosynthropus balfouris, like the actual like communals, like an actual picture of the enclosure. And I was just like, yeah, I want that. And he was like, yeah, these are old worlds though. And I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I want it. And I ended up ordering 10 slings. And yeah, ever since then, I was just absolutely fascinated by them. I ended up buying more, buying females over time. Like the previous show that we went to, I ended up getting another female Monosynthropus balfouri, and like loads of people said to me, "Oh, you don't need any more," and I was like, "You can never have too many."
How many have you got?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
actually
know
can't say.
how many belts you've got.
No, it
How many
definitely dominates the
communals
whole
have you got?
collection. Sorry.
How many communals have you got set up? It says something, doesn't it? When you say, how many belts have you got? I don't know. How many communals? Let me just count them.
I'm going to say probably 7 communals at the minute.
Cheers, Ellie. I don't know what that was hidden for, but I should imagine there being a plonk donk. 7 communals.
7 communals at the minute, and then the amount of like breeding females I've got currently is quite a few as well. Yeah, what's up, Francis? Sorry?
You've got all the Invert Kingdom UKs in the house as well. Hi, Sidex. Have you got paired females, slings?
Yeah, it's quite nice because I've got like various different sizes like within the collection, which again is pretty good because like in my eyes there's a constant flow of mature males. So I've sort of hit a period where I've got so many different sort of growth rates, well, not growth rates, sizes that, like, you know, over time, I don't know. In my eyes, like I keep getting mature males, and then like, you know, when they all die off, and then I'm left with the remaining females. You know, the juveniles ones will be that size as well. They'll start maturing out.
Have you had any? Before someone says, have you had any
no
turn up in the actual communals?
Nothing as of yet. I would like to set up a tank. Sorry. Talking about Balfouri Town, I've been following him on Balfouri Communal Club. He has some really good sort of communals going on, like absolutely great ones. Pretty sure he has had some success. He's had some sacks, hasn't he? I don't know if they've hatched yet, but I know he's had some. I don't know. I've seen something on Facebook recently about some sacks, but no, I want to set up like a tank and give it a good try. A good ratio of adult females and some mature males. I've got 4 sacks in the communal that I've set up.
Yeah, he's just said about 4 sacks in the communal that he's set up.
Sorry, we got Dave taking that Avic mail in the chat.
Awesome.
Yeah, so 4 sacks in the communal. That's amazing. 2 weeks ago, I noticed the sacks. So give it some time. I would be
really interested to follow that to see if all the slings actually come out and actually survive. I mean, that would be pretty epic documentary, really, wouldn't it?
Because you got that Urban Tarantulas. He's had a couple sacks
communal
before. Yeah.
He's
communal. It's fantastic.
He's ex-services and all sorts. He's a really nice bloke. He got a lot of stick for handling and stuff like that. And I kind of put that question to him, you know, and he turned around. He said, well, the way you can get an audience is by doing something shocking. And then when you've got the audience, you can then educate. And I kind of went, yeah, that makes sense, actually. I'll go with that, you know.
Oh, it definitely draws people to videos.
Yeah, I had 1 sack in a communal and it was nowhere near as good, says Dave. Invert Kingdom UK says, Dave, you beat me to the Avic mail. Maybe you can pass it on. So if you're having all the different stages of the belts, do you find yourself like kind of comparing the tiny ones with the next one up, and like just observing the whole stage instead of waiting for that one sling to grow all the way up to an adult? You've kind of got it got it all ready in front of you, haven't you?
Yeah, like I look at all the communals. I lose probably hours looking at them. Oh, my chest is really bad today. What was I going to say? I've got a couple communals with various different sizes in. They're doing pretty well. But I saw one of my Balfouries the past couple days. I've seen one Balfourie like out and sort of like a death curl in one of my communals. And first day I noticed it, like some Balfouries was around it, like, you know, really close by. There's probably about 3 of them sort of like surrounding it. And I opened up I slid the lid, and they all started running off. And the one that was in a death curl just like automatically got back up, was fine, ran down its burrow. I think it was like a couple days later, I went back, saw it again, tried to, you know, get it out. Again, ran down a burrow. But again, it had Balfourie surrounding it. Really strange. Third time, got it out. Yeah. But there was Balfourie surrounding it again, so I had to sort of get them away. I got the Balf out. It was in a really bad state, to be honest, but it passed, unfortunately. Probably, I think it was the next morning. So it was just weird how the Balfouries were sort of like, they weren't eating it, but it was, I don't know, it's just some weird ass vibe.
It's a bit weird how we always like, you look at a spider and you think, yeah, okay, you want to hide, and I've said it myself, right? In the past, I've said you just want to hide, you want to eat, or you want to find a mate. But then you watch Balfouries, and I might get some stick for it, but they almost go out to play with each other. They interact with each other, and now since having that communal, my mind's kind of opened up a lot more to thinking our spiders are a lot more intelligent than we give them credit for. And they literally just seem to be, instead of just being a being that just does the food, does the hiding, and does the pairing, they seem to have that human aspect where they're almost thinking, and they're off and they're doing stuff, and you think, I haven't given you guys enough credit. What do you think? Have you noticed your Balfs kind of interacting with each other in a playful kind of manner?
I've got I think I've put it on like past communal feeds, but where like you sort of see the Balfouries, like even juvenile sizes, where they start like sort of touching the web, like when they're sort of in front of each other, and when like they do the little Balfourie huddles where they all, you know, surround one bit of food, like it fascinates me, because the way that they get their fangs in between all them Balfouries, and when you play the footage in, you know, normal motion or a bit slow motion, you can sort of see their legs and like, well, there aren't like legs, like all sort of moving about, like tapping other Balfouries, but they're all sort of doing it at the same time.
I've got to say though, I mean, going back to like you just said about filming, I've got to say when you're filming, it is some of the best footage out there, some of the best quality. I'm always like, how has he got that? How has he done that? And,
it's just, I guess it's just lighting, and well, it's the equipment as well. At the end of the day, like I've not used a mobile phone in, it must have been about 2 years now. I switched to an actual camera, but to be fair, like phones nowadays are getting really good. So I've got one of the Sony phones. I'm not sure what it's called. Sony something 5. But it's got 120 frames per second, slow motion recording.
Everybody in the chat is just agreeing. It's not just, you can't just buy. I mean, I'll prove this, right? I bought a decent camera, got a macro lens on it, and all the rest of it. My quality still isn't anywhere near yours. I think there's a lot of thought, and you must have learned the lighting and learned the camera and really put like a lot of thought into it. And like I said, there's a lot of comments coming in the chat now saying how they appreciate the fact that your imagery is absolutely on point. I mean, it's comparable, if not equal, to like the Tarantula Collective in my view, and some points a lot better as well as. And that's saying something, because that guy spent thousands and thousands and thousands on his equipment, you know.
Yeah, he rocks Lumix, I think. I think it's Lumix is Panasonic, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone in the chat that's said all that. I appreciate that. So someone said macro. So I've got the macro. I don't know what macro lens it is, but like that's the macro lens I use, and then it like extends out of here. My phone, yeah, but sorry, going back to the phone. So phones, this phone here, 120 frames per second, slow motion recording. Like what phones have that? Does an iPhone have that? iPhone doesn't do 120 frames per second slow motion.
I've got a
They
couple of
probably
questions.
will in the next couple generations, but honestly, for anyone that wants like a phone that will take good footage, look into Sony. I'm a bit of a Sony person though.
Sidex, I'll share a secret. I'll film and edit all Jaden's videos, really. The Invert Kingdom UK does a stand at the shows. Go pop along. Sidex is such a legend. Chris has just put £2 on the chat to say Ginger Messenger. So I've just gone on Messenger and Anton says, have you got any reptiles?
So yeah, I posted a photo of Bruno the other day. So that's a bearded dragon. That's something I got. I have got one other thing, well, two actually, but I'm not revealing it yet.
Oh, come on!
I'm probably gonna leave it a couple months to be honest. So like reptiles is quite a new thing for me.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
do video and said, look, this is how I keep them because I don't know enough. You've got to learn them.
Yeah, so I've done quite a bit of research. I've spoken to quite a few people as well. Some people have suggested some changes and that, so I'm gonna keep working on that, and then down the line I'll eventually show you all. Sorry, going back to the recording as well. So one thing I'm really grateful for is Craig. So Craig obviously does quite a lot of spider wrangling for me, and that allows me the ability to do a lot of freehand recording. So like when we do pairs, sometimes rehouses and that. I don't know why. I love recording. I love trying to get all the angles. The music is a big thing for me as well while editing. I love like all the slow motion footage with some music. I pretty much record everything in slow motion, obviously apart from me talking. But I've sort of changed my style recently. But when I do like all the sort of cinematic stuff, it's always in slow motion. So most of my feeds that you see on like Instagram, TikTok, all slow motion as well. So my
TikTok smashes it. Absolutely smashes it. Your TikTok absolutely smashes it.
My TikTok's not done as well, to be fair. I don't know. Some videos get like, a couple thousand. Some of them get like a couple hundred. Then it goes to like 60 or something. I've had like a couple million views on it before, but I can't seem to hit a good algorithm on it. Instagram's probably the same.
The quality of those TikTok actual kind of videos that you do for TikTok, that is just like, every time I see one, I'm like, wow. Honestly, you see the prey item perfect with yours. You'll see the spider perfect. But then what does it for me is you can almost see the individual strands of the webbing as well. And to pick all that up, I think it's absolutely awesome. Cheers, Cotswold Crawlers. If you could just pop into the comments as well, Jaden's link. If one of the mods could do that. I know Cotswold Crawlers did it a little while ago, but I would have thought everybody in the chat, if you're already subscribed to Jaden, I would have thought. But if you're not, make sure you do.
Thank you, dude. So as for tripods, I use K&F. Don't know if you heard of the brand K&F yet, but like this tripod, it extends out. Goes upside down as well. It's absolutely brilliant. So all my feeds, and I recommend this to a lot of people. So when you do tarantula feeds, and it will take a lot longer, you get that tripod up, get it up on like your table or something, get it so it's pointing down. Say attach one of your cameras to it, so it's got a downward view. And I literally just press record. I put the teas on the table. I chuck the food in. I might get, sometimes you spend about 2 minutes on a clip. Sometimes it goes to about 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. And that gets used for a reel. But I do that with every single feed. You got another super chat.
Yeah, he said like and share for the ginger. I can't say that until 9 p.m. UK time and time. 9 p.m. in Scotland. I use my tripod is an Amazon Basics tripod, which I bought. Well, mate, probably about 8 or 9 years ago when I first stuck a camera on one. But it was just taking pictures in Wales. That's all it was for. But so when I do mine, if you see a close up or anything, I'm like that, and I'm like this, trying not to move. Do you know what I mean? And I keep looking at them, but I don't know. I've never bought one yet. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Honestly, just like record all your feeds. Every time you do a feed, just record it, and then get yourself like a, I don't know, say something like this. So I think this is 10 terabyte or something. Get like a a hard drive. Literally chuck all your clips on there, and then like when it comes to Instagram Reels or TikTok, Facebook, just edit a clip up every day. Yeah, just chuck one bit of feed, and then get some music. You edit it up. Like most of the time, I do it a lot on my lunch breaks, and I'll do that once a day.
Side X.
See you later, Side X. But the issue that I have is because I pretty much record every feed, I've got more tarantulas in this room that I feed once a week than I have posting reels once a week. So I've literally got a folder. Yeah, I've got so much unseen footage that is just absolutely mad. And I was thinking about doing like 100 takedown video, like just put 100 takedowns in one video, like really quick takedowns.
That could be excellent.
You never know. One day I might be able to get to like 1,000, but I think that would be quite a long video.
It'd be worth watching. We had another question a little while ago. Chris on Wheels is just messaging me the ones that I've missed, and that was from SS Spider. Says Jaden, have you tried a Trinidad olive communal?
No. So I wouldn't try any other communal apart from Balfour's. I know a lot of people try pokey communals. I've had one before, a Regalis, and I ended up splitting them up. If people want to try it, they can try it, but I just don't think it's really worth the risk. That's my opinion. Incy, Olive, Gold, or whatever it is, I've heard some real bad stories about that. Like some people have had success, but then there's some real bad stories on top.
I've heard the same with Geiger's. Histocratus Geiger's. Some people have kept them communal with success, and then other people, it's been an absolute disaster. But they're a fossorial species. So they're gonna, if they live communal, it's gonna be underground, so you're not gonna see it anyway.
Yeah. That's one thing Craig wants to try. H. Gigas communal.
Gail Kelly said, is it good practice to buy communals, so buy the Balfours from different suppliers? She says, I'm thinking to prevent the inbreeding.
To be honest, what I actually recommend is buying an adult female, getting a male, pair it yourself, get an egg sac yourself, because I don't know, you just have this sense of achievement, like doing your own communal. The logic that I look at it is if you buy a communal, say of, I don't know, 10, how much is that? You're looking at about 1 centimeter slings to 100 quid, something like that. If you get 20, 200 quid, they usually sell for about a tenner a sling. Some people do like deals. An adult female is average 70 quid. Need a male, just ask me. I've got plenty. Like I've been giving them away for free. Like there's no tomorrow recently. And just try it yourself. Honestly, you just have this sense of like a achievement, and it's absolutely great. Like doing my first ever one was just fantastic. I was so happy, and the fact that I've done, I've managed to do a lot more is just absolutely great. Like one day I just hope to have this super communal, some centerpiece tank. I won't say how many in it, but yeah, I want a nice big one. Scott, tell Jaden I want my revenge.
I was just reading that.
What do you want your revenge for?
That's Aaron, the boy with autism. Yeah, changed his name to Aaron Penfold's Vlog Life.
Dave said, best way to go, Jaden. A great experience. I don't know. It's good to raise them up yourself, because then you have them from slings. Like watching the female like get the food and then drop it down for the babies, and it's just I can't describe it. It's just a great experience.
Hey,
Mr.
Kyle.
Grindler, you got any adult G Polkra going? I've got one myself.
Yeah. Is it time to ask Jaden for free spiders? I'll take some off your hands, Mr. G, says Clive.
So I don't sell Balfouries, unfortunately. I've given a couple communals away so far. I've got 2 giveaways coming up that I need to organise, which will be for subscribers. And then who knows, after that I might, but to be honest, I'm greedy. I want them all to myself.
The Spider King was just going back to the film, and he was asking, is the gimbal worth buying? Is it worth buying a gimbal?
Oh, stay away from chat questions. They're in line. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, Chris is literally just messaging them. I've had to bypass one because I think they know about what one of the reptiles. I know you want to keep that quiet, so I've bypassed that one. Mark, A8 converter man, him and his daughter Victoria, lovely people, man. He says, what's Craig's background? Where is he actually? He should have come on. That would have been pretty
Craig. Cool. So yeah, Craig's all loved up recently. So yeah, Craig moved back into his mum's. So currently, there's 3 collections in this room. So yeah, it's pretty mad in this room at the minute. 3 collections. Craig's got 4 of these with him, and then when he moves out at the beginning of the next year, he's going to take the remaining of these with him.
You're with friends now? You know, you're with friends. Did anything happen with you and Craig?
I'm sure he would love to. I've heard lots of rumors, and to be fair, there's always been rumors, like even at work. But yeah.
But when you get somebody that you just click with and that you're really, really good mates with, I think people just take the mick, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a couple.
I think secretly he's in love with me.
Definitely. Oh, Layla's just coming in to make me a cup of tea. Thank you very much.
I could do with a coffee right now. I'm on the energy drinks tonight.
So I weren't convinced he was in love with you until he dyed his hair red. and then he's just got that Craig look for Jaden. And then you're like, it's like Chris and Lewis that are in the chat.
It's a big shame because he was doing YouTube and I was doing YouTube as well, and he's had a lot of stuff go on over the past couple of years, quite some big stuff, and he just never really kept up with it. To be fair, he's always helped me. He's always been on my channel. He still is today, but it is pretty gutting that he never stuck out with his own channel. But I know that he's had other stuff come up in his life that's more important. So I just hope that one day, when he does move out of his parents' house, I just hope one day he does pick it back up because he's still into all the spiders. He loves them. He comes around and has a look at them, and like I said, he still helps out from time to time.
And then AA also said, with the Balfouries, on average, how many slings are you looking at per sack? Hey, Jacksons.
It's not a great deal actually. Obviously, it depends if it's. I appreciate. So I was just reading that. Let's see. Yeah, like I don't know. Like one of my recent ones, I think it was about 38 inside. I had one that had like about 20 in. I think the most I've had is probably just high 40s. You can't beat a best mate, Jen. Especially, like someone that you can enjoy the hobby with as well.
I'm with you. I've got Chris and Lewis is like they're like your Craig, and then I've got a best mate that can't stand spiders. But your best mate, you love them, don't you? It's as simple as that. And if you get it, fucking fair play. It's all. I just swore before 9 p.m. Oops.
That's why I show a lot of the like the handling footage.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
show a lot of it because I don't agree with handling. I know if it goes on you, it goes on you. But me myself, I won't purposely pick up a tarantula. Craig's all for it, and I don't mind showing that on my channel. Me and Craig are very different in that regard, but everyone's different, and I sort of support the way he does it all. I've told him my concerns with stuff before in my life, but so I'm reading these comments in my head, but I know I've got to wait now.
I mean, I'm obviously against the handling. I've done a handling video, which I know sounds hypocritical, but I thought, if somebody's going to handle, then at least I can show why. I know Dave's done one as well. How much stick did you and Craig get for like handling? Did it affect you like mentally, or did you just go? We get crap being YouTubers anyway, don't we? You know what I mean?
I have had a lot of hate over the past couple of years, especially because of Craig handling, and it's always been a bit of a sore subject. But at the end of the day, like that's Craig. I'm going to show it if he wants that. It's like that Balfour communal video, my most recent one. I did say for everyone not to do this, but he literally stuck his hand in a communal and started scooping out the mature males, and then he was handling them, and I showed that footage. At the end of the day, that's not how I'll do it. I'll put a catch cup in there, use some tweezers. I'm very cautious around tarantulas, but Craig's just got no fear. But you get a lot of people moan about it. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's just something that you can't please everyone, especially in YouTube.
No, you can't, can you? I think I personally, I mean, I am against it, obviously, but if you put a disclaimer there, then it's there, isn't it? So if anybody is complaining like majorly, it's like, well, there's a disclaimer right there. Do you go on Mr Beast's channel and whinge about him, or do you read the disclaimer at the start? It's the same thing, isn't it? Or do you go on to I don't know, like Russian FPS when he was up and running? Do you go on there and go, oh, you can't fire those out in the open? No, you just watch it and you read the disclaimer and carry on. It's crazy how in the spider world you do it and then suddenly it's like, what the?
Well, this chat's going mad.
Let me just what's that one? Ian Tarantula said his highest Balfour sack he's ever seen was 95.
95. That is nice. I need to get the
Durjan says, I remember when Mr. G told me about a date he had, and he say, "Can I show you my biggest one?" She runs away fast, and Mr. Grindler was yelling, "My spider!"
Wait, what was that?
It's difficult with Durjan because of translation. I'll read it again. He says he remembers when Mr. Grindler told him about a date he had, and he said, "Can I show you my biggest spider?" And she runs away fast, and Mr. Grindler was yelling, "My spider!" I don't know. Jaden, the Spider King says, Jaden, did you ever forgive TSS for sending that tea that unboxed itself?
I never actually said who it was. Yeah, I guess so.
It does my head in. It does that stuff like that does my head in because you see it on Facebook, you've seen it yourself. Somebody will have one order where one spider's passed away or it's popped out, and then that's it. The whole post goes mad with so much hate for that one seller, and you think, hold on, they've just packed like 1,000 spiders perfectly, and that's not getting just that.
I think it was someone. I think they said it was someone different packing or something, but there just wasn't enough packing peanuts in there. That it was a bit. I don't know. There was some water inside as well because you could see some of the packing peanuts have shrunken, and the box was just a bit wobbly, so it probably enabled the lid to come off, and obviously the lid wasn't taped down. But mistakes happen at the end of the day. I've ordered spiders from him since, and nothing else has happened. I must say though, I am a bit cautious sticking my hand in, boxes of peanuts. I got a bit of like PTSD with it. Like sometimes I put my hand in, and I'm just like, oh.
What spider was it?
It was a Killer Brachy's Ken Kraken, adult female.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah. There was a Killer Brachy's Ken Kraken and a Killer Brachy's Harhini inside. 2 adult females. And the Ken Kraken, I literally took the poly box lid off and it was out the box and it was in there. Yeah.
Oh.
That was a long time ago, actually. Very long time ago.
Kayla and her other half were at the show. She says, any tips on how to get a 24-year-old to move out so can have his room for tarantulas? Yeah, I think I haven't got one that old yet.
Get him.
Layla's
get
just
him a
turning
partner.
13. Yeah, she's got. Yeah, that is a good idea.
Get him a partner and suggest they move out. I need to scroll down on this.
When I found out,
Absolutely hold my teas. I can see people still talking about handling teas.
Oh, I've never purposely handed tarantulas. I mean, I've handled a couple when they've come out, and I've gone, looked across the room, and the catch cup's right over there or something, and it's a New World. And it happens, doesn't it? Sometimes it's unavoidable. If one comes crawling up your arm or something like that, it's like, well, what do you do? Do you run across the room and risk it falling off and killing, dying, or do you just go like that?
I'm terrible at keeping my catch cup nearby. Yeah, Ian said, do what I've done and build a shed.
Yeah. Balfour Town says, Jayden, what is your oldest tarantula?
I've got no idea, to be honest. The thing is, if you buy adult females, you don't know how long they've been around for.
That is a difficult question, Dave. What is your definition of handling? I suppose that would be intentionally picking up a spider, or opening, or going into the.
If one walks on you, then it's still classed as handling.
Yeah. If it's a case of if one walks on you and it's classified as handling, then worst experience for me was a cobalt blue. When it come up the tongues and sat on this hand, literally in a threat pose, striking at the air. And the wife literally just turned around, started laughing, and shut the kitchen door behind her and left me in here.
See, I remember when Craig had a cobalt blue on him on my old channel, and it went up his arm, onto his shoulder, and that was at the point when it was on his arm. My dad dropped the kids back off. So I had to obviously run outside. I had to go get the kids back into the house. And while I was doing that, Craig still had a cobalt blue on him. And he didn't change position once. And it was quite funny because I walked back into the room with a bag of crisps. And I started eating the crisps. I remember that was all on video. That was the time that cobalt blue jumped off his shoulder onto the floor. It was absolutely just nuts.
Chris is here on wheels says, Jayden, you got any true spiders? Or when we say true spiders, I mean, I get into trouble for this all the time because I get told it's not a true spider, it's a megalomorph. So we'll go with TSS's description. What they say is other spiders. So anything other than tarantulas.
I got the David Bowie huntsman off Jeremy, if you'd class that as a true spider. I don't know, it's a huntsman.
Yeah, definitely.
Other than that, I haven't got any other spiders. It's all tarantulas.
Oh, we need to change that. We need to change that up.
I've had. Oh, actually, no. There's a couple wolf spiders in there.
What, Hogner Miami's or?
Yeah. I think it's them. I'm not good with just normal spiders.
Have you filmed any of those doing takedowns? Because the true spiders, mate. If you could get them on slow mo, I'll be like, repeat.
It's their speed, to be honest. I remember Craig had a adult female. I don't know what wolf spider it was, but it ended up having an egg sac.
Ooh.
And it was really cool to see all the babies like on the actual wolf spider. Like that was really cool to just witness firsthand, like in person.
Apart from your it's not an addiction. Thank you very much. The absolute obsession with Balfours. Is there another tarantula that you look at it and it does it for you?
So obviously my favourite's Balfouri. My second favourite's got to be E. murinus, the Ephobosis murinus.
How many of those have you got?
Four,
crazy.
One mature male, one adult female. I think two sex females that are juvenile, and I think one other, the sun sex at the minute I'm hoping that's a male.
Does that mean there's a pairing video coming out?
So I did have a male, and she's a bit of a man eater because she ate one male, years ago when I tried first pairing her. Managed to get a male that I got from seeds. Tried to pair that, got eaten. And now I've got another male, so fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm going to try it again, but I just think this female is a bit of a man eater. So I've had loads of people, suggest how to set them up ready for pairing. I'm just having no luck. I'm taking people's advice, and yeah, I might have to message Dave.
Message Dave and get on the arachnid boards, because there's so many breeding projects on that website from years and years.
I can't remember who it was that I got it from, the Sea Show, but he was telling me how he set all of these up. How he got them to pair, and he's had successful egg sacs. But yeah, she just likes eating males.
I think some of the more successful guys in the hobby, like with breeding, is Dave, obviously, Ian Tarantula, Martin Lees as well. If you chat to Martin, all those three guys and Hadley Davis they don't withhold any information. They just go, "This is exactly how you do it." Boom. I mean, what we got?
I haven't done much pairing, to be fair, recently. Not a great deal. The past year has been a bit slow on it all.
Balfour Town says, have you unpacked everything that you got from the Eastern show on Sunday?
Yeah, so I've still got a couple of the spiders in the tubs, whatever they're called. But I've re-asked the bigger ones. The Xenesis Amanis was, she is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to get that video out for you.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. While I'm on here, actually, because I do mention it on my video, if anyone's after I think it's a Xenesis species white, I've got a sub-adult male. I'm not in need of it, so if anyone needs one, hit me up. It's species white, Xenesis species white. I don't really want him going to waste, so. Is that the blue fang? No, I did get the Ephobosis. Is it Cyanoguaphants? Is that how you say it?
The blue fang, yeah.
I got a female one of them. It was the most I've ever spent on a show before, I'm not going to lie. Like Pampo, the Xenesis, loads of tanks.
How much was it? Don't feel any pressure. If you don't want to say, do not say.
I think when I added it up, it was about over 1,400. Yeah. Bit of a mad one. But to be fair, I've been saving up since BTS. So I use, some of my Patreon money towards that as well. Been saving up since BTS, so I thought, I'd have a nice little spend up.
don't Patreon and channel members. That money really helps channel so much, doesn't it?
Well, you think about it, like feeders. I don't grow any of my own feeders, and I should do. I use a lot of Morio worms. I get dubia roaches from time to time. I've got some red runners back in as well, but buying the feeders every month, that all adds up. You got your like where you get your music from. So I pay £30. I get that on a reduced rate as well. £30 for Adobe Creative Cloud. Honestly, Adobe is brilliant to editing. You get the Creative Cloud, you get Photoshop, you get Lightroom. So I edit all my photos in Lightroom, and I can go from, I can edit on my PC, I can edit it on my phone, like swap it over. Then I can go to, like my iPad, get it up on there as well because it's all on the cloud. Loads of different apps I use. So, that's 30 quid. Then your music, which is a tenner, that's 40 quid.
Epidemic sounds.
Yeah. All the other little bits as well. So like, your StreamYard. I don't know if you pay for that. Yeah, you do. Yeah. You got the logo. It all adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it helps. It really does help because you wouldn't be able to do it, would you?
So obviously the Patreon side sort of covers all that stuff, which is nice as well, and it helps you buy new equipment, news franchises as well, which is absolutely great.
So I pay. Well, KineMaster's gone to $12.50, and
I saw that. Yeah,
I promote that to this day because it is the most user-friendly app there is. And when I first started on it, I was like, "What the? Oh, just stick it on. That'll be all right." And then Jaden was like, "You know how to green screen, don't you?" Because we were talking about it for ages, weren't we? And you showed me how to green screen and then how to use KineMaster properly. Yeah, man.
KineMaster. Yeah. I edit all my clips for Reels on KineMaster on my phone. So with this phone, it's got a little SD port, so I can just chuck the SD card in. I've got all my clips on it.
So I have to take it off my camera onto the laptop, from the laptop to my phone, and then edit. I love KineMaster, but then I'll pay. Yeah, it's gone from £4 a month up to £12.50. Then you thumbnail app on top of that.
I pay for Adobe and KineMaster, and then you got your thumbnail stuff as well. I don't know if you get any thumbnail stuff, but I use Adobe for that. So they do have Adobe Premiere Rush that I can use on my computer, and then it can go on the cloud, and I can edit clips on my actual phone as well. But it doesn't have pan and zoom. So KineMaster, you can
pan zoom,
moving along, you can pan and zoom. You can't do that on Adobe Adobe Rush, which is absolutely.
It's 9 p.m. So expect the comments to be filled up with moist. If you've got any children watching, probably best that you remove them. If they hear any swear words or any adult conversation from now on, you can't hold us responsible. But yeah.
Can I just go for a quick week?
I keep looking at Adobe Premiere, and if I do end up getting it, because we're on about building a computer, you are going to get so many inboxes.
So Scott, I'll give you a tip.
It's going to be KineMaster. It's going to be KineMaster all over again.
I'll give you a tip. Sign up to the free trial. Yeah, I've done this every year. Sign up to the free trial, and then cancel your free trial. And it says, "Are you sure?" Blah blah blah. Can we offer you this package? Just keep pressing no until it offers you a reduced rate. So it's normally 50 to 60 quid a month for the Creative Cloud. That's all the apps. If you cancel the trial and then select the reduced rate, it gives it to you for £30, 19p a month. So I've done that every year.
Wow.
So my renew date came up, and I just basically cancelled it, and it was like, oh, we can offer it to you for 30 quid a year. I was like, yes. So just cancel it every year. I'm just going to go for a quick wee. I won't be a second.
Well, no worries. Well, Jaden's just gone for a wee. Whose hair colour do you prefer? Do you prefer the blue or do you prefer his green? And at the same time, we can...
The green.
How is everybody in chat? Who's coming to the Coventry show? I think Ellie's going. Chris and Lewis, they'll be there. Ellie's hair colour is the best. Love you, Matt. Craig, can I put my link in? Of course you can, Craig. Wolf Goddess is off to put the kids to bed. Hey, Slingweb. Me, first one this year. Oh, health. Hey, Michael, you're a star. Blue Smurf t-shirt, Scott. Oh, Jamie Lee, it's not that far. Just drive it. Once you're here. And then just that's it. You've done it. I'm with you, Matt, says Lupang. I'd love to go, but I've already spent my bug budget for this year. Kale's going to be at Coventry. I'm going to be... I'm actually working for the Invert Shows UK themselves this year at Coventry. Greg, 8 legs, 4 wheels. You've got to come Coventry because we missed you at the last show. Big Uncle Smurf. Scott, you're going to keep the blue hair. I am actually going to keep the blue hair because it's autism awareness. So I'll keep it for a while until one of the other charities, until somebody else does a charity thing on YouTube again, like Steve did, and I'll probably say I'll dye it pink or something. We'll go from there. Tempted. My 4-year-old is blagging my head. Do it. Just do it. Just come Coventry. Come to the show. It will be absolutely awesome. If you have got any, I'd hate to use the word disabilities, right? And I do honestly apologise from the bottom of my heart if you find that word offensive. But if you have anything, any disabilities, any mental health, any autism or anything like that, because my lad's autistic. If you're coming to the Coventry show, I'll be coming out about 10 minutes before it's time to come in. If you see me, shout Scott and I'll grab you and I'll bring you down to the front. You can go in 10 minutes before anybody else, so you can get used to the crowd kind of slowly appearing instead of going in there and being tons of people already in there. I honestly doubt anyone missed us, but we will make a distance. You know that's rubbish, Greg. Everybody missed you. Does GAD count? I don't know what that one is, but yeah, we'll get that in. Battle for Town. If that's the case, we'll get you in early. Like I said, I apologise to use the word disabled or disability. But I can't think of anything else, any other word to kind of describe it. But we can get you in kind of 10 minutes before anybody else. That way you can feel comfortable before anybody else comes in. And especially, like I said, our lad's autistic, so I know how important that is. Lee's not going to be there. I'm also going to be doing security and setting up some of the stands for them. I think Chris and Lewis are going to be on Leah's table with Ellie as well. Phil's going to be on a table. If you do go Coventry, there's a young lad who suffers with a little bit of mental health, and that's Creepy and Crawley UK. He's absolutely awesome. It's the guy who got this one off. He does quite a lot of breeding of the roaches. He has armour crickets on his table and stuff like that. If you see him at the show, can you just go over and just say hello? It would mean a lot to me.
I am back, by the way.
Nice one, Greg. Appreciate that. Thank you. When I said it, Greg, I was like, oh no, have I just upset anybody? Chris is going every show.
Yeah, I swear Chris goes to every single show there is.
Callum made my mates buy 2 armoured crickets off him. I bought one. Did you wash your hands, Jaden, says Nessa. Yeah, he is a lovely guy.
Made a coffee as well.
Chris is awesome because he literally just comes to Coventry, no matter where the show is, picks Lewis up, picks me up, and that's it. We're gone. Apart from Coventry, show. He's not giving me a lift to that one because he wants to come down in a 2-seater car, so him and Lewis can travel to the show together.
Is that his
Hold
car that has all the stickers on it?
No,
Yeah, the
Lewis
logo.
is that's spray painted. That is spray
I did
painted.
see a picture of that.
Hey Vivian. I
Hey,
think he's
Vivian.
got Creatures from the North, Spar Spiders on there, mine's on there. I think Bethany's is on there. If I've missed any, Chris, please let me know.
Oh, you know the show that happened. The the battery went flat in the car when we went to leave. So
Yeah.
Tinny had to come out and jumpstart it.
You weren't the only one.
What, with a flat battery?
Yep.
I must have left the lights on or something.
Lads, one of the lads come over to me and he said, "My car's gone. Have you got any jump leads?" And it was Leah's other half had the jump leads but didn't have enough power to jump it. And then I think it was Chris actually went and jump started it for him. But it's cool, though, isn't it? Because somebody's always there at a show. Somebody's always going to say, "Yeah, I'll help." Got you, Lewis. Yeah. Cotswold Crawlers, Jaden, where did you get the corner shelving from?
Amazon.
More than 2 shakes is classed as playing with it, Jaden. Hey,
So,
Roland.
yeah, they're on Amazon. They're actually really good. The corner unit, you can fit so many tarantulas behind it. It's great.
Mantis Garden. Centipedes, mantis, mate, all sorts. Morning geckos, lizards, all sorts of stuff.
I've got some more ants now as well.
From Ants HQ?
Yeah, I bought the that Nest Kit 2 something. It's got like 3 floors and then it's got the bit on the top and it's got all LED lights inside. I think they were doing it like with some ants for 95 quid or something, but I think altogether it came to about 135. I did put it on my my whatever video, the one where I got all the stuff from the show. But that's going to be a video that I'll probably show like in a couple months because I want to get a bit of progress on the camera.
Got a couple more questions. We've got, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Pajan Turner. I'm interested to know what you guys into old world species, all of them.
I'm not that into pokies, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, pokies ain't really. I'm not really a big fan of pokies.
Let me just mute you. Let me just.
Arboreal tarantulas just ain't. Yeah, they ain't really my thing. Like old worlds, obviously, like Balfouries. Yeah.
If you get
H. pulchripes, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The H. pulchripes, yeah.
The blue-legged.
Yeah, blue-legged baboon. If only they were communal.
Oh, could you imagine it?
So I love my killer brackies as well.
Steve W says, Jaden, I remember when I visited yours and Craig's heteropoda David Bowie jumping off the top of the enclosure towards you and Craig chasing it around the room.
Yeah, and I absolutely shat my pants probably. I do not like huntsmen. That was all over the floor.
He won this enclosure off Steve, and the geezer's got.
Yeah, I think I saw something on that. Yeah,
he's got an absolute heart of gold.
Really nice,
Kale, Jaden, what is your biggest success since keeping, and also your worst mistake?
My biggest success, probably the Balfouries, to be honest. Managing to get all them egg sacs that I have and continuing to get the egg sacs. That's probably one of my biggest successes in this hobby. As for my worst, like the worst thing that's ever happened, probably me with that killer brachy tahini not actually putting the lid down properly. So, it escaped because it had a dodgy lid. and then I put it back in there, and it escaped again because I didn't fix the lid. So it's a bit of a.
You ever gone into the spider room and looked and gone, where the fuck is it? And so you've left the lid off one enclosure, and then you're like, it's not in there. And then 4 hours later, you find it somewhere like in the room. You ever had that type of experience?
Well, there's still a H pulchripes in there somewhere. If it is, a couple months ago, it got loose. It was actually, hang on, it was. Where is it?
Oh, Michael Taylor just says, imagine if OBTs were communal. If they got out, it would be a bit of a squeaky butt moment. Mate, if OBTs were communal, I would have hundreds.
This enclosure here, I got CCTV in the room that looks at all the racking and that. And 1 minute, this lid was on this enclosure. And I was looking back at the CCTV and the lid falls off like that. Yeah. No idea how it happens. Tarantula's gone. And it weren't even that big. It was, it weren't that big, as you can tell, because of the size of the enclosure. No idea how it happened. I can't find it anywhere. It's been a couple months, so I don't know what the fate of that spider is. I literally looked everywhere.
And it had the strength to take the lid of that off.
Yeah, and it's got magnetic lids as well. Yeah, I was looking back at the CCTV. Absolutely, I should do a video on that. See, I'm terrible at this. I record a lot of stuff, and it just sort of stays in a folder. I haven't got the time to edit everything I want.
Pageant says, what was the attraction though? Was it the colour, the webbing? It said like the religion pagan, but it was bloody good. Go. I think that might have been part of the chat. I had a feather.
Sorry,
go on.
There was one other time, one other bad thing that happened is that's when I squashed the Balfouri in the door. So I had a Balfouri communal that had a little gap, and a couple of them got out, and one of them I found running across the floor. And I went out. This was the very first ever spider room. I went out the door, closed it, went downstairs. I went back up and I saw some legs hanging out the door on the top, and I was like, no. And I opened up the door, and it was a Balfouri squashed. So as I opened up that door and closed it, it must have been on the wall, and it must have tried getting out the door, and I've gone to close it. I was not happy with that.
I bought a mated female Balfouri from CFTN. Cost me £100, and I put it. Wow. I had an empty glass enclosure like this. So I thought I'll put the female in there while I sort out the bigger enclosure. This is all in the kitchen, right? You've got the kitchen doors over there, followed by the fridge. So I put it on the corner of the fridge. And then I've gone to the toilet, done a load of other stuff, come back in here, and it's smashed on the floor. And Layla's going, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. So I think she come in, knock the fridge, and it's just gone bump.
Was it all right?
No. Instant death.
Ow.
But
that's good.
It happens. No matter who you are, you're going to make mistakes. Something's going to die.
I've knocked sling pots over before, and that, like when you're feeding slings and you accidentally knock a pot off the table or something. Yeah, it happens.
It does happen, and you just can't. You can't hang on it, can you? You just got to move on.
Well, it's like a time where this is actually that going back to that question. What was it again? What was my worst thing that happened in the hobby? So this is probably the only other thing that's bad, that's happened bad in the hobby. And that was, I had a communal of 4 Balfouri slings. And I put them in like a bra plast tub. And I put it behind some tanks, and it was behind there for about 3 months. And I forgot about it. And I went to clean the racks, and I found the little bra plast tub, and I was just like, no. I was trying to think how long it's been there, and I opened up the tub, and all of them, apart from one, were still alive. So no water, no food for 3 months. At that size, 3 of them were still alive out of 4. And I was just like, how the hell is that survived that long? I felt well bad. And that's why I don't put tubs behind tanks anymore.
Happy Ann. My God. Look at your parents' biggest mistake. My mum's biggest mistake is up on screen right now. Is Ellie asleep? Says Steve W. Ellie literally will check the chat, and she's pretty on it just in case and all the rest of it. And she's also drawing. She's not very interactive. Did you feed them soon after? Says Philip Fish.
What, after I rehoused them? I think I fed them once after I rehoused them into that tub. Did they survive to adulthood after that? So, them slings actually. I shouldn't say this either, so I don't agree with putting Balfouries in an established communal. Don't agree with it. If you're going to put slings into an established communal, rehouse them into a new communal. I never recommend ever putting just Balfs into a communal, but this time I did. I have done it once. I will admit that. And it was some of the smallest Balfouries in that communal, and I still see them today. They've put on some size now, but I still see them out. One of them was actually missing a pedipalp. Not when I put it in there, but from putting it in there and from, a while back, it did lose a pedipalp, which is molted again.
That can happen, though, can't it? That can literally just happen.
Yeah, well, I've only ever experienced a Balfourie eating one Balfourie once. And I didn't witness it actually go for it. It was just hanging out of its mouth. It had it in its fangs. And, I don't know if that was because that Balfourie was unwell or, it could have, anything could have happened. It could have already been dead and they could have gone for it then.
Mark says...
I know Dave's seen one go for one before and eat it.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it can happen, but at the same time, they're really good together as well. They're really docile together. It's just fantastic to watch, like just that interaction between spiders. And with my glass one, the one that I do the communal feeds on, it's really bizarre because like certain times of the day, it's like they're doing like patrols around the tank, so they all come out. And they, because it's got such open land, they all go around one side, and it's like, I don't know, it's like they're going around in packs.
I get 2 quite often come out and just climb up the glass, and then they go for a walk around, and it like you're saying, it's literally like they come out on patrol.
Yeah.
And then that leads us back to like what I was saying earlier about spiders having a bit more about them mentally than what we give them credit for.
To do the birdie. What's the birdie?
Yeah, it's a thing in the WhatsApp chat. If there's a WhatsApp chat with runs aside the Scott's Inverts Army Facebook group, and if we're out anywhere, it's normally a picture of ourselves like this. We've got Dave to do it. Ian Tarantula's done it. Everybody that comes on. A8 Convert Man said, is there any species that you bought from Beth that makes you nervous?
I'm trying to think what I bought from Beth. So it was the Conception. That was an absolute babe. You had the Bambus Tascanus Bambus.
Tascanus.
That I was absolutely happy with. She's absolutely stunning. She was absolutely fine.
That is a gorgeous, gorgeous spider.
You've got the Vicularia that I haven't released yet. I think that's this weekend. I won't talk about that one just yet. You had the Syrupagpus Marnax, or whatever it's called, which unfortunately passed away a couple of weeks after. That was probably one that I was a bit cautious with, the Marnax. So I've still got Beth's first ever original Marnax as well.
Oh,
her first one.
I've got two in there. They're completely sound.
Yeah.
People
to be
seem
fair,
to be a bit fearful of them. Mine are literally just calm as anything.
I think once they're in the enclosure and settled, they're absolute babes. I think it's the whole rehouse concept of it. That's when they can get a bit defensive.
Yeah. Raf was asking if is there any enclosure brand that you recommend?
You
see,
I'm sort of half glass, half tarantula room at the minute. I've still got quite a few phanariums up on some racks, but it's mainly glass or tarantula room. I'm digging the tarantula room, like square ones. To say,
yeah. I don't like the round ones, but I do like the square ones. But I am a fan of glass.
like the ones like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I really like these sort of designs. Other than that, I got a couple different sort of glass brand ones. You got the plain glass. You got one that says Reptile One. You got some Exoterras in there.
Night, Amy.
Night, Amy. I don't really know what else. Yeah, just 50-50 glass and.
I suppose it's like the rest of us though. Once you get like a big collection, it's just if there's one cheap that you know your spider's gonna fit in it perfect, you just go, yeah, we'll have that one.
I'm not gonna lie, it does bother me sometimes looking at all different tanks. I think one day I will have to go to all one tank, but for now, you know, like the hobby is very expensive. You get what you can get.
Yeah, you've got to accept the fact that if you want a large collection, a lot of them is going to go into plastics.
Yeah,
but then it's like, I mean, I think I've said this probably on most of the lives. There's nothing wrong with plastic tubs when your spiders, you know, spiderling, even all the way up to a juvenile. When it starts becoming an adult, that's when you want to put them in a glass tank so you can have it as like one of the many centerpieces.
Well, I keep. Where are they? Give me 2 seconds.
Chris just shot his load at here in Exoterra, says Phil. The mesh. Scott, I have a question. Has anyone ever here been somewhere where it's haunted? To be honest, Erin, if you want to look at haunted stuff, go on JG's Cats and Things, because she does a lot of haunted stuff. But this one's tarantulas and animals.
So say this tank here, yeah. I have got stacks and stacks of these, and I keep all like my juveniles in these. So my adult ones go in glass tanks. Everything else, plastic.
I couldn't afford to do it.
Mature males go in plastic, Braplast. Really plain, basic sort of setup for them because, you know, a lot of people have quite a few mature males for breeding.
Let's face it, the tanks themselves, like the glass ones like this, they're for our benefit.
Yeah.
You can make a Paraplast. You can't see in it, but as long as that environment's inside, it's perfect for your spider. You're away. What's the mug, Jaden? Give her a shout.
Oh, PSP, Princess Sophie Pink.
Literally the next generation coming up.
I've got so many spider mugs, it's unreal.
Oh, mate. I tend to get them, and then the wife, the enemy, she nicks them off me. And she won't use them. They just go on this little shelf, and then that's it. And I'm like, I need to use that. I think I've managed to get Mark Spider Guys, Spider Mums. I'm not allowed to use Ellie because that's hers. Remains to be seen one. And then this one, that's it. That's all I've got. And she's got the rest.
Balfour Town's comment, my 2 big communals of wood. So obviously, I haven't actually showed off the bearded dragon or anything yet, but I've got a proper adult size vivarium. It's absolutely huge, like the height and the width, and I'm really thinking about buying another one and using it as a big old communal. But I quite like the idea of using a sort of wood vivarium for a communal, actually, because at the end of the day, they're a dry species. So,
Well, even if they needed a bit of moisture, you could just seal the inside of the timber anyway.
well, I spray my webs from time. I don't use any water dishes in communals. Not a single one. All I do is spray the web, mist the web, and that way they all come out together, and they all go on the web. You can get some really good photos, and some really good footage at the same time as well. Because at the end of the day, if you put a water dish in there, if you put a water dish in there, it just webs the hell out of it.
Yeah,
and you put another one in, webs it again.
the amount of times, like, you know, especially with the damper species, that I've sprayed the soil to keep it damp, topped up the water dish, and then like in the corner there's been like a pool of water, and a tarantula's gone wandering over to that, and they're drinking, and I'm looking and I'm thinking that pool of water's gone. You're now sucking it from the soil itself. So that must be literally what they do in the wild. It is literally just suck that water from the soil.
Yeah, it is nice watching them drink off the web and that.
But it is. I must admit, I do enjoy seeing a spider sort of face down, arse up, straight in the water dish.
Well, it's like the Tascanus bambus video. It went straight in the water dish.
And they come flying out when you fed it.
And it was actually quite bizarre because every single one, and I'm pretty sure the Avic did as well, they all went straight for a water dish. So it just goes to show that they were thirsty from the travel over, the journey over. Hello, everyone. Hello, cold-blooded monsters. Is it monsters?
Yeah. What was that? Oh, what about Dave using the little glass ones? Loads of us use the little glass ones. I think you're referring to the one that you showed in a recent video, which is literally about this big, which is glass with the plastic top. They're pretty good. They are.
So yeah, Jay said I prefer to put my arboreal water dishes on the floor of the tank. Seems to encourage them out more. To be fair, I put all my arboreal ones on the floor.
Jaden, how many exoterras have you got? Says Chris. Chris has got an addiction for exoterras.
Probably about 12. But a lot of them are them big old exoterras. But they're all for future little communals.
Vivian says, hide them, Jaden. Yeah, Chris will be round in the middle of the night to collect them.
I have got a lot that aren't being used, I must admit.
Don't say that, because they will be inboxing you asking for prices. You come in the Coventry show?
No, I won't be. So yeah, I tend not to go to too many. It's normally like Bedford, Seas, like Brighton. Went to my first BTS. So I'll be going to Brighton next, and then it will be Seas again, and then it won't be another one till BTS, and then I'll do Bedford. Although if there's a Coventry one next year, I might do it, but it's too close to how much I just spent. I need to save back up for the next show.
I went to the last one on a budget. I did. It's like Ellie just messaged me. She's got to disappear.
Ellie.
Yeah, because the Eastern show, the Bedford one, it's like literally just before payday. So I think everybody was a bit like, what do we do here? and there's another one on the 1st, the entomological one. Is it AES? Like, if Phil's in chat, he'll correct me if I'm wrong on that. And then we've got the Coventry one on the 9th. It's like, what the? One every week.
There is pretty much like one every month, isn't there?
Pretty much. It's like when somebody says, "Oh, there's not a show on this month." You're like, "Are you sure?" The 13th of November is Brighton, says Chris. I don't know about that one. It's a bit close to Christmas. I think if I go, I'll probably go with like 20 quid and just do what can you get at this show for 20 quid maybe or something.
Tarantula rookie. I'm in Kent. So southeast of England.
Southeast.
Near London. Well, I'm just below London, to be fair.
Gangster accent.
I hate going to London, though. Yeah, Brighton's not too far from me. Seas is pretty much like a 45-minute drive from me because it's in Ashford.
Oh, laughing.
Yeah, I'm quite close to Ashford. But yeah, then again, you're lucky because you got the Coventry one.
Bedford was an hour and 10 minutes. Coventry for me is half an hour walk, 15 minutes if that in the car. BTS is 15, 20 minutes. There was an entomological show that used to be held in Birmingham, which might be on next year. That's about 25 minutes. Jaden, bring those empty exo terriers.
Yeah, I just read that.
Are you going to be starting up lives again?
Maybe after Christmas, I might. Obviously, I used to when I first started the channel. Me and Craig done the feeding streams. We used to do that was it? I don't know. We used to do it like on a certain day, and then it went to the raggy streams every Monday, didn't it? And then after that, I just never really picked them up properly again. Like me and Craig done a couple feeding streams. And then yeah, I haven't got the time for it to, if I'm honest at the minute.
I'm going to touch on the raggy stuff just a little bit, if that's all right. Has the shit from that all finished?
Yeah, that finished a long time ago. You know, I've still got the raggies banner and I've still got the top and that. It's a shame that a certain person won't talk to me anymore, which is a bit of a shame. But
the only thing I think. There's two things that were wrong. One, obviously, what got said, but secondly, the fact that something that was in a private chat then got aired out. That should never have happened.
Yeah. Things happen. We all say, silly stuff, and
well, yeah, I can't talk, can I? Do you know what I mean? 2 years ago, I was a bit of a dickhead myself. Yeah, it happens.
Well, I'm not even allowed in the group anymore. Yeah, bit of a shame because I spent all that, I spent all that time doing all them live streams, and they're still all in a playlist on my old channel. Like all that time and effort I ever, spent doing all of that.
I got chucked
not
out a long
be
time
allowed
ago.
in the group. Like I don't want to be an admin or anything like that. But it would just be nice to be in the group.
I'd say a good 60% of that group was literally brought in from you doing your streams and doing everything for that group. I think it was a bit nasty because anybody watching what happened with them, it did not. Jaden weren't involved in any of that conversation as such. We are.
I honestly can't remember. I probably said a few things down the line, but
exactly. But I mean, it's not just. I mean, even in recent years, recent months, people are very quick to send you screenshots of conversations, and it's like, I'm not interested in that shit. I don't even read it. Not just not so much in the spider world, just in personal life. And you think, hold on, somebody's told you something in confidence. They could have just been venting. You don't know what they're going through. They could be really down and depressed, and it's coming out nasty just towards one person. You just don't know what's happening. And you only get like 2 comments. You don't get the whole conversation. Yeah. And I do believe very strongly that if somebody says something to you in private, that's how it should remain. We all do it. I've been a total. He's recently really struggled with stuff and handled lots badly, says Greg.
I do remember one comment that I said actually, that got sent to the person, and I got a bit of hate on that. But at the end of the day, I said like I was like I've already told that person what I think about that. Like I've already said it to him. I don't know what your issue is. Like
What's the
I've
point?
already
Yeah.
told that person. Like some people know I'm quite. I wouldn't. I am a bit opinionated at times. You know, we've all got opinions. But yeah, I sort of, you know, went a bit back from the community after all of that and kept myself to myself a bit. Just cracked on with the videos, and I'm not as community focused as I once was, per se.
I think we need that Jaden back.
I honestly, when you know, because life's still a bit up and down at the minute, things are still settling out. The next couple months, quite a bit's going to be going on, so I'm hoping after Christmas things are going to be a lot more settled down, and I'm able to free up a bit more time, be able to fit some more streams in. It would be nice.
Coming off the back of it all, did it kind of knock you back mentally, or?
So I've never experienced mental health before in my life. I always thought it was a load of crap, if I'm honest. Excuse my words. I was
No,
never
a lot of people do. A lot of people do. Yeah.
I was never a mental health person. I was always like, you know, you just crack on with stuff. Just crack on. And
which is a man, you know, I hate to be sexist, but that it's a man thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
and the stuff with Raggies actually hit me a lot because of the time I put into that group. A lot of the friends that I made. That was a big part of my life. Like you doing these streams every week, this is a big part of your life. And I don't think people understand that as much. Like you pour a lot of time and effort into this, and it was a bit like that with the Raggy streams in the group. I poured a lot of time and effort, and then being, you know, kicked out of that, it did hit me pretty hard, and I was dealing with a lot of stuff outside
for something
of work.
that we're fault.
Yeah, I was dealing with a lot of stuff outside of work, and I'm not going to go into that as much. It was to do with, well, I can't really say, to be fair. I don't.
Yeah, stuff going on.
Stream. But I was dealing with a lot of other stuff as well, and I think the two combined, it put me in a state where my anxiety, I felt anxiety for the first time ever. I had to go to hospital a couple of times because I thought I was having a heart attack. Like, I was having these panic attacks, and at work, like I don't know. Honestly, I've never been like it before in my life, and like, I'd have all pins and needles go up my arms and my like hands, and like I feel all lightheaded, and it was absolutely horrible. Like my chest is just like in pain, and it's like beating really fast, and I'm just like, what? You think to yourself, like, I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna die. It was the worst like panic attacks I've ever had in my life, and that went on for months. And to be fair, I did talk to a couple of people as well. I didn't. I'm strong on not taking medication. I never went to the doctors once about it. I've done a lot of meditation over the years. I tend to try and stay clear of medication. And in the end, you know, here I am. I'm smiling. Still got a lot of stuff going on. And to be fair, that wasn't the only thing that happened. Like, you know, all the family life sort of got ruined a bit down the line from that a couple months later on, which, you know, hit me pretty hard as well. And yeah, I'm happy and smiling now.
Is all that rebuilding itself? That's all I'll ask.
Like, I think the biggest thing, I don't mind saying this on here, and I think, you know, any parents that are watching, one of my biggest regrets was my kids. So when I first got into tarantulas, I was very selfish. I used to lock myself away in my room. You know, the spider room. I used to never let anyone come in. I poured my heart and soul into the tarantulas, and I forgot some key stuff in life. And, you know, that's your relationship, your kids. I missed out on so much with my kids. Like I used to work every weekend, and I changed my schedule because I want to be able to spend the weekend with my kids. I've missed out, you know, quite a bit, and I regret a lot that I've done. And the past year, I've done a lot with them, and I've been trying my best to be more of a parent, and that's why I've not really gave my full with the channel. That's why I only do one video a week. You know, I've only just started getting a little bit ahead of my videos. So yeah, the last year I've just sort of been rebuilding myself back up a bit. I went to a broken man, and yeah.
I think those panic attacks, I mean, I've suffered with them myself. It's when you're out and about and you get one, and then there's just that fear that you just need to go home. And you get home and you think, you know what I mean? I've dragged Tara home before now, and she, to this day, she still doesn't know why or anything like that, you know. And you kind of think, I had a panic attack, my heart stopped racing, I've brought the whole family home, and now they're sitting there thinking, why the fuck have we all come back? We could have been doing this, could have been doing that. And then all that all plays on your mind afterwards as well, don't it? You know?
Yeah. So there's only ever been 2 times I thought I was going to die. And that is that panic attack when I had to go to the hospital. I legit thought I was having a heart attack. And then when I had my tonsillitis thing, you know, I had my tonsillectomy. I had post-tonsillectomy bleeding, and I threw up blood like 8 times. And the house looked like a horror movie. And when I was throwing up all that blood, I legit thought I was going to die.
The missus is actually watching. She says, now I know. Just suffer with the depression still from it?
No, I wouldn't say I do. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, everyone has them bad days where you just don't really want to do anything. But in general, I'm quite a happy guy, I think. I do have a bit of a, you know, an anger side to me. You wouldn't think it, but
no, I wouldn't. No, not one bit.
I do have some deep-rooted anger issues that I've had like the majority of my life, but that probably results to a lot of family issues.
I'll tell everybody that's watching how strong a person Jaden is. I fell out with literally his best mate, and I said and did a load of horrible things a while ago, which I completely regret, and it was 100% my fault. But me and Jaden didn't talk for a while. And it was actually Jaden that inboxed me and literally went, "Are you okay, dude?" That if roles had been reversed, and if you'd all have upset my best mate, I don't know if I would have inboxed you. And I think that was when you did. It made me a bit emotional. I was a bit like, "Wow," you know. It did. It really took me back. And we don't chat much, do we? We just like every now and again. We'll have
to be fair, I don't really talk to anyone much. A lot of people get a bit annoyed with me, if I'm honest, because people will message me and I don't.
Oh, he's a knob for getting back to
message back.
He is. Jaden is an absolute knob for getting back to you.
I think so. My Facebook page recently, I've been trying my best to answer comments back, and I'm really thankful for the amount of what's the word? Is it traction? Traction's the Facebook page. Is that the word?
Traction.
Traffic.
Yeah, I'll go with traffic.
Yeah, the amount of traffic on my Facebook page is quite nice. It's like it's hitting some sort of algorithm. But I prefer Facebook, so I'm not really logged into my original, you know, my Jaden Grindler Facebook page anymore. So I don't check the comments. I don't check the messages on there very often. I go on my messages and I've just got so many unread messages. Facebook comments, I'm trying my best to answer back to. Instagram messages, I'm on there quite a bit, so you know, I answer back on there. But it's really hard to message everyone back because, like, with the limited time that I've got.
Night, Greg.
Night, Greg. The limited time that I've got in my day, like, it's really hard to just find some time, sit there, reply to all these messages, because then replying to one message then opens up a message back and it opens up a conversation. And if you're trying to do this with God knows how many people, I'm going to be there for the rest of the night talking to people. So I don't know, some people might think it's a bit selfish. And I do take time out my day to, you know, go through notifications and go through some messages, but there is a lot that gets lost. And all I would say is, if you have messaged me and you want to get an answer, just spam me again. Just send me a little message, because it will pop back up to the top of the chat, and I might get back to it. But yeah,
I've got
probably
to do
Instagram's the
this,
best
especially
way.
on the back of this laptop. I know,
They still,
people don't. Well, I say people. I mean, I didn't even realise. I mean, I used to message Sam and chat to Sam a lot from Bug Rounds, and then you start doing YouTube yourself, and you put yourself out there, and like, especially when you're doing like a video and maybe a live, and then you've got your Insta, your TikTok, and you've got all that shit going on. You got your family going on as well,
yeah.
and then people messaging you, and like, if you answer one person back on Messenger, everybody else then knows that you've been online, so you've got to go down all of them, haven't you?
So I'm just having a quick breeze through these comments quick.
Yes, Home Zoo. Hey, man. Home Zoo's not too far from you, actually, as he goes. Jamie.
What, Home Zoo?
Yeah.
Yes. As for the stickers, Dave, they're actually all gone. So I gave the rest out at the show. But I did say on my video that I've got a new logo being designed. I like my logo, but I don't like all the weird writing behind it. Not the writing, the weird green, blacky smoke stuff. I like the gorilla and the Balfouries, but yeah, it's changing. It's actually nearly done.
I think it's cool because it's different to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been the original one. It's just that background I don't really like. I need something a bit more simpler.
I'd like a Mr Grindlers grown on version. The next chapter. I mean, also, I mean, you've done like what a load of us kind of fear as well, and that's being demonetized and then rebuilding back up, and you've just got monetized again, haven't you? Which is like, that is
I
incredible.
didn't think that was going to. I honestly thought so. I got in contact with YouTube. Obviously, because I got demonetized, you don't have you don't have the support thing where you can message them. So if you aren't part of the partnership program, how are you gonna how do you message them? You can't. There is literally no way to message YouTube.
Cheers, Jackie.
You have to go to Twitter. I keep getting found on a random YouTube channel.
I love Chandler's Wildlife, right? I love him to bits. I love what he does and all the rest of it. And he had a premiere, and I clocked Jackie in there as well, so we were just chatting. And then I went to comment on one of his videos, and Jackie had already commented, so I commented on hers. Thank you, Jackie.
But then, the monetization thing. So, yeah, I contacted them on Twitter and I spoke to them. They didn't give me a definite answer. They basically just said, you've been demonetized for organized crime, which it wasn't organized crime. Blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get it back, basically. You ain't getting it back. And then I was like, what if I make a new channel? And they didn't actually give me a definite answer. They didn't say it would work or it wouldn't work. Like, they said it along the lines of, well, you can try and apply again.
So you've been building up all this time, still with that in the back of your mind, that once you've got your watch hours, it might not even happen for you.
So obviously, my old channel, it was from the very beginning. Silea, it was from the very beginning, and I've got some terrible videos on there. Like, my first ever video is cringe as hell. It's great to watch, but you can see how it develops over time.
You look young as fuck. I watched them back and I was like, I can't remember them, David.
with the brown hair, but yeah, I thought to myself, I don't really like these videos. Like, it's great to show my journey, but if I did make a new channel, one, it's a whole new chance of an algorithm. It's the sort of quality that I want, and it's I can't go on thinking, what if I could ever get monetized again? I, at the end of the day, I'm going to carry on doing videos because that's what I like. But I could be doing it for 2 more years, and then I'm just like, oh, what if? Like, sometimes I look back and I think to myself, where would that channel be now? Like, it ended on, I don't know, I think it was 3.9k subs or something. Like, what could it be on now? But then this channel that I'm on now, it's been under a year. It's I don't know, 1,470 maybe. I can't really remember subs. Obviously I hit monetization under a year, and then they made me wait about a week, and that whole week I was like, I was just like, YouTube, like, can fucking tell me. I was like, I'm getting impatient now. I was like, I just want to know. That was the longest week of my life. And then I remember waking up one morning and I had the email, and I was just like, yes. So yeah, I'm absolutely happy that I got monetized again, because you know it's hard to hit that milestone, and I've not only hit it once, I've now hit it twice, which is absolutely great. And I've got everyone who watches to thank for that.
See, people turn around. I mean, I know there was a certain comment that sticks in my mind from when I shared out your new channel. You know, some people just think, oh, you monetize just to make money. It's like, do you make money off YouTube or Patreon or anything like that? Because I fucking don't.
It doesn't cover anything that you put into the channel. Let's put it that way. It helps. You know,
it goes towards the channel, definitely, especially without paying for your subscriptions, like you were saying earlier. But you don't make fucking money.
Yeah.
Sanders Wildlife probably does, because he's got like 500,000 subs.
Yeah. Someone with a lot of subs are going to make more money, but the money helps towards the hobby.
I mean,
it's the emojis I love.
You have to have 60. You have to get 60 quid, don't you, before you can withdraw it?
Yeah.
And if that was views, you'd be lucky if you got it every month.
Yeah, I love the emojis. That's the favorite thing about the channel partnership thing. I love the emojis in the live chat. I did miss them.
Yeah, Holmesy got banned off TikTok twice. I think he had nearly 30,000 followers off the first time. And they never give him a proper reason. It was just from haters keep reporting the channel all the time, I think.
Subs now for TikTok. 100,000 subs now for TikTok payments.
Oh.
Wow. That's crazy. 100.
I think I'm on like just over 3. I don't put a lot of effort into TikTok, really. I should, but again, you've got to. Well, for me, I've got to have that balance, and I haven't got a load of feeding videos, because when I feed, I don't know. I just don't get the camera. I should get the camera. I know what you're saying.
It's time consuming, isn't it?
No, Aaron.
No, it is really time consuming. When you get the camera out to do feeds, it is a lot quicker when you do it without. But
Chris says 10,000 subs and 100,000 views.
Oh, that's better. That ain't too bad.
Right, because Richard's new channel was hit 30,000, and he said he's monetized on there now.
All you need is like a viral video on that. You should get that pretty quick.
I've seen a couple of Toby's Exotics. He had two viral shorts, and he went from 500 subs to what I think he's on 110,000 now.
See, this is one thing I'm on the fence about. That's shorts.
Mate, I've been doing them for ages, and it gets your subs up, but it don't get your views up.
I feel like I'm a bit old school with YouTube. I see YouTube more as a video sort of platform. And I know, times are changing. I sound like an old man saying this. I know times are changing.
Well, yeah, you ain't old, Jaden, trust me.
Like, all these short clips are a thing now, and I understand why YouTube does it, and I understand why Facebook does it. But I still haven't posted one on this channel yet. I don't think I can do it. I don't. I tried it on my old channel a couple times, and I don't like the layout that it has on your. Like when you click on uploads. I don't really like the way that it looks laid out, and I don't really like the idea of spamming I feel like people turn your notification bell off.
Exactly, yeah. So they don't watch the video because they think it's a short.
Yeah. If I was to post a short every day, you're going to get a notification of that every day, and then when I do publish a video, that person might have turned that bell off by then. But at the same time, a lot of people love shorts. So that's just my opinion. I'm probably wrong.
if Jaden's granddad, what am I? Am I like dead Scott?
I was thinking about doing just like a shorts channel as well.
Whatever. That could be cool.
Yeah, I did actually make one, a Mr Grindlers Creatures shorts channel. I made it like about a year ago, and I posted probably about 4 videos, and I stopped doing it.
I did a scottsinverts.
Considering I do it to YouTube, not YouTube, I'll do it to Instagram and TikTok and Facebook every day. I might as well do it on a shorts channel as well. So I think that's where I'm at. I'm not going to put them on this channel. Maybe the odd one from time to time.
I've gone from doing them in the week because, like you say, people get notifications. And let's face it, if you get 100 notifications off one channel, you're going to be like, oh, fuck this shit. Turn the notifications off. So I'm just doing a couple over the weekends now, and that's it. Probably maybe about 3 or 4 at the weekends, and the rest of the time it's just going to be videos through the week. But what I feel like is it's fast to gain subs, but those subs don't watch your videos. They want to see your shorts.
Yeah, they want to see the shorts, yeah. What was I going to say?
Could one of the moderators please drop Jaden's channel link into the comments as well, please? Just make sure you're subscribed. That'd be wicked.
Oh, thank you, dude. Just started shorts to see what happens. That was it. I feel like shorts, when you upload a short, it really decreases the quality of the video. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah.
And it makes I don't know, YouTube shorts, the quality, like even if you have really nice footage, it really dumbs the quality down. And I don't know, sometimes I just look at it and I think this is like a budget version of TikTok and like Instagram Reels. Like,
well, yeah,
TikTok
did their thing, and then Instagram went, "Oh shit, we better catch up," and they did them. And of course, Facebook's obviously got them because Insta has, and then YouTube went, "Oh fuck, we better do something and all."
But then, like Instagram photos now, the reach for photos is absolutely terrible. It's all about reels now, and I do one photo and a reel a day, but
not rough.
Yeah, no. Like my photos do absolutely terrible, and then the reels, do semi decent. See, I haven't got one that big. I will have one with a very large number down the line, but at the minute, I think my most is probably just over 60. I'd say.
Definitely, Dave.
I may not answer the comments on the shorts. Well, because everyone's like, "Oh, spider, squash it, kill it."
Oh, the amount of times you get like the sick emoji, and you think, and if you don't get that, you get, here's a link to my OnlyFans as one of the comments because it's got like 1,000 views or something. It's like another one to delete. That gets annoying.
You get a lot of people say like, this should have a warning on it because I got is it triphobia?
What?
I think that is it. Triphobia, the word? I don't know. They're going on about this. I keep hearing this word. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. But they're like, this should have a warning. And I'm like, what, for a spider?
But there's so much more stuff on YouTube that you could do with the warning. Like, hold on, this is a fake video full of shit. Where's the warnings for them?
No, it wasn't arachnophobia. Let me find it. I need to find this. It was like
basically found Instagram a waste of time. Spider King, most comments on my shorts are foreign, no idea what they say. Yeah, I go to Google Translate, I do, Spider King, and just read what it says, just to make sure.
Triphobia is an aversion to the sight of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps. It's recognised as a mental disorder that may be diagnosed as a specific phobia. Maybe it's the eyes. There you go. I've learned something new.
What knows?
Yeah, fear of holes. That's it.
Unless because we're putting up a short video of a hole, and then suddenly a giant spider coming out and grabbing a cricket, and they're going. It's like, well, if you open yourself up to YouTube Shorts, you're going to see things that you don't normally see. And you're not going to like half of it. I think the ones that tend to get a lot of views are like, I'm cleaning rubbish out of the ocean, but here's my fit missus in nothing but a bikini swimming past. And you think, what?
A lot of people find Instagram isn't great. Most people I know have luck on TikTok. To be fair, I do like my Facebook page. I have been trying to use that a lot more recently.
Sorry, Andy. Andy says his other half actually suffers with that, and she hates the before or communal enclosures because of the holes. Jackson, it certainly does. It certainly does.
It's the first time I've ever heard of that term, to be honest. Yeah, I can imagine why she would hate a Balfour communal. There's a lot of holes in them.
I mean, let's face it. If you want to find out about tarantulas, and if you're a straight guy, you know, if you've got a fit bird doing it that knows the stuff, you're going to watch, ain't you? Philip Fish says, I've had some weird comments about me free handling six-eyed sand spider. You will, mate. You will, because people just assume
you will.
You know, he's got his DWA license and all sorts, so he's got some interesting spiders on his channel. So he does get a bit of shit for it. But you got to remember, you know, six-eyed sand spiders, they were banned from being sold at shows and all sorts because the venom was supposed to be really high, and now there's pieces of information coming out to say that they're not actually that dangerous as were first perceived. But having said that, more research does need to be done on the venom of the six-eyed sand spiders, so we can find out exactly what's going on there. See you later, Dave.
See you later, Dave.
Oh, it's been
Nice
lovely
to see
chatting.
you.
Stay safe.
Right, I'm just going to go for a quick wee. I'll be like 1 minute.
No worries.
Sorry to leave you on your own for like a minute.
No worries. No worries. Remember, spam the comments with blue hair is better than green. Man, yeah, if you're not subscribed to Jaden, pop over, go do so. So many horror stories. Same with the Soviet. I can't say that one, Vivian, but the camel spiders, which are they're reported to be completely harmless now, aren't they? The camel spiders. Andy's scared of what? Oh no, that was Kale. Kale, that was his wife scared of holes, or his partner. Lisa, blue hair, yes. I think it's the amount of posts you have to put on Instagram to stay relevant. Yeah, it's the same with TikTok. You have to follow the trends and you have to post daily, and literally just show consistency. And it's hard enough trying to do consistency on one social media outlet, let alone all of them. Oh, Layla's just come in to do a cup of tea. Won't say no.
Can you have a look at that and see if it's okay for homework?
I've got to have a quick look at her homework. What is it?
It's about pi. Not the food, but maths.
The mathematical part. How many decimal places?
100. Well, 97 decimal place. No.
That's
99 decimal places, but altogether 100 digits.
Earwigs are creepy. Earwigs. Oh, God. Don't even talk to me about earwigs, Kale. If I've got a fear of anything, it's earwigs. Greg says hi.
Hi.
For those of you who don't know, Layla's 12. She's 13 next month. She's having to learn pi to 100 decimal places.
Oh, no.
When I was at school, it was like 3, and that was it.
3.14.
Steve, how dare you? Green is better than blue. Kale says hi. Do you know the blue is the autism colour and green is the mental health colour? So I thought tonight's stream was pretty apt, really.
Did you see what I did?
Pi, the relationship between the circumference and diameter of a circle, says Matt.
Very nice.
Jackie says hi, Layla.
And actually, it's the diameter times pi equals the circumference.
Her with your knowledge, Scott. Matt.
Yeah.
When Layla, mate, well, she puts the most intelligent people I know to shame. Academically, For her age, she's phenomenal. Common sense, she's thick as shit.
Oh, thanks.
But when blue is better than green, not one person says green's better, did they, Steve?
I mean, with the colour, I'd say green's better.
Bluey green, that'll do. I thought I'd just obviously just taking the piss, saying blue hair is better than the green and the rest of it. But then
It's
the
like
colour,
Charlotte's got blue and green, half blue, half green.
the colour green is the mental health colour, and the colour blue is the autism one. So I think that's pretty fucking shit up. Why green? Why did you go for green?
It was actually in the Raggy Tees group. So when I hit 1K subscribers, I said to everyone, I was like, I'll do something special for my 1K. What do you want done? And one of them was I think one of them was to dress up as a woman, which I did for a live stream.
I did that though. Ellie's charity.
And then the other one
you did
was dye my hair
cat.
green. Yeah, well, originally it was a pink wig, and then I done Tarantula Cat after for a collab with her.
And mate, you were like, I was like, what? That no, that's Jaden.
I might still have a picture actually. Let me try. Oh, actually, here you go.
What does it say? Does it say queer eye for a straight guy? Hold on, let me get that on the big screen. Don't show me. There we go.
I'm trying to get it to focus.
Lads, you can't even deny if Jaden wore that wig.
I can't get it to focus.
The Spider King is literally having a right little time away to himself at the moment.
I'm absolutely gutted. You can't see the face. Oh, there you go.
There you are. Let's get that onto it. Give me a sec. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Mr. Grindlers.
I dyed my hair green. It just stuck with me ever since.
Did you see what I did here?
It looks cool. It looks good.
To be fair, though, it looks a lot more green off this camera. I don't know what this camera is, but I've got green lights behind me. It's not picking it up well. It's not picking up my hair well. But, I need to adjust the settings.
Do people still bring it up?
Bring what up? Sorry.
The fact that you dressed up like a woman?
No, it isn't the first time, to be fair.
Mate, I get, what is it? Sally's OnlyFans, and Anton took a picture of it, and he puts it all over the fucking place. And I'm like, mate, it was like a year ago or something. I definitely prefer Jaden without the wig, says Spider King. Vivian says, luscious. You deserved it like a woman, don't talk shit. You dressed up like a woman, don't talk shit.
Oh, and did Anton, sorry, did have a question earlier. He asked if I got some reptiles. I don't think I answered that one.
That's the definition.
I do, but they're being revealed down the line.
Yeah, Steve asked how one was, but I, like I said, I avoided the question because he said what one was. I was like, ah.
Do you guys try to keep your spider rooms the same temp year round?
No.
It's quite hard, to be fair, because in the summer you get them really high temperatures. Like this summer, that heat wave, that was absolutely dreadful. I think the room got to a max of 28 there. But what I did was I got like blackout blinds and blackout curtains. So I had them up across the door as well. Had a window open, and to be fair, the water dishes were absolutely fine. The temperature got to a max of 28 in here, but it was quite cool. But that's when I was dealing with the whole tonsillitis thing as well, so that wasn't too good.
This time of year, I let this room drop down. I let this room get down to about 18, so they kind of experience a winter. But I mean, I don't do a lot of breeding at all. My love is just for keeping them, So I ain't got to worry about doing certain temperatures for certain spiders and stuff like that. End of this week, we'll go back up.
24.5. Yeah, 24.5 on that rack up there. Just the one above me.
So Ian Tarantula, I mean, he keeps his in a shed with the heat cables, and he says in the winter, the coldest days, it will drop down to 14 degrees, and he ain't lost one in the winter yet.
Craig used to use a lot of heat cables.
I did.
Free Anton.
So that's the beardy and the what?
You ain't gonna know. I have been looking at some other stuff, but I keep telling myself no. I've gone down a slippery path now. I've got a really addictive personality, and as you can tell with the spiders and how quick I delved into that, I'm being a good boy this time.
The wife kind of sat me down and she said, like, look, you know, you stick with the reptiles that you've got, or you get rid of spiders for reptiles. What do you want to do? I was like, But then we've had a couple of snakes kind of given to us because people have like, I don't want it no more, or can't afford it no more. And we've passed them on. Anton says slippery path. He's well getting snakes.
No, I don't like snakes. I do not like snakes.
He keeps green tree pythons. Scott, your hair needs to go more blue. No, it don't. It's more blue than what it looks, because this bit's all like blonde.
See, when I saw you at the show, it was a lot more blue. It's probably the camera and the lighting.
Because I've got the light on it. It's like Little Mermaid blue, isn't it? Jaden, if you need any advice, message me, says Steve W.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
How was Bedford, and who's looking forward to Coventry, said Lee.
I've really enjoyed Bedford. It wasn't as busy as last time, but it was. I think it was good. It was good to talk to a lot of people.
I think a lot of people.
I don't get out much, and I don't talk to many people, so it's quite nice.
I think a lot of people kind of were like, "Oh, the energy price is going to go up at the end of this month. I don't know what to do," and you can see why. But my God, there was some right bargains. There were some right bargains. I got the O species silver for 25 quid from Bugnut. I was like, take my money. Literally, take my money now. See you later.
It was
Red Fang 25 quid, Black Fang 15. And they were still there at the end of the show. The Black Fang's missing a leg, but it'll come back in its next molt, so I ain't bothered about that. We need Scott dressed up like a mermaid. All right, we'll do that on a live. We'll do a charity live or something, and give me a couple of months. We'll do it a bit closer to Christmas. Maybe get Jaden on, do a charity live. You can dress up like Tarantula Cat again. I'll go for Little Mermaid or something.
Yeah, I use mainly Tarantulas Wild and Tame at I think it's Tarantulas Wild and Tame at Bedford. Mark Harrison. He had a great selection. He had like a Xenesis, he had Panthos, he had Ferrophosa species. It was he had some really good ones.
Did you look at Bugnut? Clayton?
I did. Yeah. I had a quick breeze. He did have quite some nice stuff. To be fair, I missed out on quite a bit. I heard that Creatures from the North had female Birus. Is that how you say it, Biru?
Chris is
between 300 and 400.
If I
saw that, I didn't see that, but if I saw it, I would have bought one.
I think they're 300
for ages.
They put the odd burrow sling in some of the mystery boxes. But yeah, Matty says Bugnut was mint. Clayton's prices for the sizes he had were epic. Clayton will tell you himself the wild caught stuff. He'll tell you how much it costs him to buy at source, and then he'll tell you that's why he can do it so cheap. But if you're looking for reptiles, frogs, more dark frogs, and that type of stuff, message Clayton or message him on Bugnut, because the spider stuff is only like 10% of his business. He does all sorts. That guy. Has anybody asked for your autographs at the show? Philip, I don't think I'd do it, because we ain't celebrities, are we, mate?
It feels weird enough when someone asks for like a photo, or I keep saying this. So like at a show, when someone comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, Mr Grindler," and they talk to you like they know you, and in a way, they do know you because they watch the videos, but you haven't got a clue who they are. You know, some of them you might know from the comments, and you might, you know, you got the ones that you've seen before. But when you first meet someone, and they come up to you, and it's just like, oh, it's I don't know, it's a really strange feeling because like it makes me sometimes a bit anxious as well.
They know you, and they feel like they know you like really well, and then you're thinking, which one are you from the comments?
Yeah.
Kale's still in the comments. I thought Kale was a guy, and I said that to her. And I did apologise. Lu Pang, Lewis, I thought he was a Chinese student, and he weren't. He's just a white English guy. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes you got to think like, who are you from the comments? It gives you like, you know, it takes a couple of seconds to actually click. But yeah, at the same time, as weird as of a feeling it is very nice as well. Because you know, it's people that watch you and you're meeting them in person, which is great. And it's like I had some kid come up to me, and their mother asked for a photo, and he was absolutely like so happy. And it was just great to see that smile on his face. Like he's met someone that he watches on TV or his iPad or whatever it is. Yeah, it just fills you with like joy, knowing that person's like really happy because they've met you.
And getting into spiders instead of being dickheads outside and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kale just says, Scott, easily done and no worries, was fantastic to meet you. Yeah, I am so sorry, Kale. She's lovely, and her other half. He was sound as fuck as well.
So which one was Cal at Bedford?
Yeah.
I would have thought that's a boy.
You see, there's a Kale in Coventry who watches, and I thought that was that, and I was like, oh shit. I met Toby's Exotics in a pet shop, missed by Grindler, and he shit his pants. He did, yeah. I got sent a picture of them both together. It was because they're both up in Scotland, and they live quite a way away from each other, but they didn't even know they were both going to the same pet shop at the same time. But it's heartwarming, isn't it? When I don't know, do you sometimes get to a point when you've done a video and you think that was fucking shit, what the fuck have I done? And then somebody comes up to you and goes, keep doing what you're doing because I really love what you're doing.
Yeah.
It brings you from going, I need to give up, to go in. Somebody's
Jaden,
watching.
I've got a pick with you. So who's Cal? See?
Kale, I think she's a little bit younger than me. She's got dark curly hair with little blonde bits in. Her boyfriend's quite tall.
I'm trying to think. Did you talk to me for a bit?
She's got like olive type skin.
Yeah, I remember now.
Really nice olive.
Yeah, she had a chat with me for some time as well. See, I didn't know that's your YouTube name. you spoke to me and you was like, yeah, like you know how you watch and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had no clue.
Leah's just said Kale and her other half are the loveliest. If you come into Coventry show as well, make sure you pop by Unusual Pet Stand. As well as Inverts, she's got some other bits and bobs on there, which is handcrafts. And she's absolutely awesome. I love Leah.
I did
Can't
see
wait
the
to see more again. Well, Anton said the same. I'm not going to lie. I also thought Kale was a chap.
Well, is it Cal? Is it Cal? Is that it? Yeah. I know I know who you are now, Cal. So next time I see you.
Oh, come by my table. Yes, Steve W. Exotics. He's selling a load of stuff at Coventry as well.
Yeah, I'm gutted I'm going to miss that because it would be really great to see him sell some stuff.
Incredible Inverts. his store with his parents there again. They're a diamond to go and speak to.
It's just mad because
Steve.
I remember when Steve came down to mine and I gave him like his first Balfour and he only had like I don't know, I think it was 8 tranches or something he had at that point. So it's great to just see him like go from that to actually, you know, he's going to be doing a stall and selling stuff on it. And my parents' table toys and gifts plus my homebred inverts. That's awesome. Skills. If I run you over playing skills in my wheelchair, you remember me and Brighton.
It's cool because when you see your friends like going from being YouTubers or hobbyists to then having a stand at a show and selling stuff, I always go like, Leo, I'm so fucking proud of what her and Ellie are doing. It's unreal. And you sit back and you think, fuck you, fair play. It makes it extra special when you pop over. And Lewis and Chris were on there on Leah's stall, and Lewis had a load of cake, so the diet went one out the window. We'll make sure me, Vicky, say hi at Brighton to Jaden, as we've seen you around at BTS, just not stopped.
Leah, your comment there.
If you want cock, I mean cockroaches, come to my store. So we'll set that on. If you want cock, where is it? Come to my store.
Yeah, Ace. Is it Ace Convert Man?
A8 Convert Man.
Just let me know what your name is when you come up to me. That would be awesome. Just so it can click in my head. Victoria,
his daughter, is brilliant. She get her whole face lights up when she comes and says hello. She won't let go of you. I almost met in the BTS. Was busy chatting to Andy Spiders.
I'm absolutely gutted because I would actually love to meet Jay. You know, I do a little bit of harmless flirting on posts with him from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to meet Jay. To be fair,
he can take a good joke as well, can't he, Jay?
Yeah, he can.
But he is one of those guys where it's like, I don't really want to meet you at a show. I want to go and have a cup of tea somewhere with Jay and just chill out with him. Do you know what I mean?
I want him to make me some food.
Oh, yeah.
He can take me back to Ease. He can make me some food.
Michael, I know you've already answered it. I do apologise. Jaden, have you had slings from your Balfour communal? Michael takes his dog out for a walk about 9 o'clock, so he's probably only just got back.
Not from a communal, no. Not yet. Maybe one day.
Anton, wait till I meet Scott, full scale bombing. Scott, those hisses have tripled now. Good. I'm always bloody cooking, that's why I'm not skinny.
Well, Jay, I need feeding up. Look at me.
You say that now, you wait, give it another 10 years and you'll be like, I need to go on a diet.
I've been all right so far. I'm 27 now, so.
When do tarantulas make an appearance on this live?
They're in the background.
They're in the background, yeah. If you want to see the spiders, kind of go watch the videos. The live is all about just having a chat, bit of a laugh, finding out a bit more about Jaden.
Trying to think.
We need Craig. That's what we need. We need Craig just to go, here's a Metallica. Here's an OBT.
Yeah, Craig would just be handling everything. He'd be like, oh, what do you want next?
Oh, no. My subscribers be inboxing me going, you said you don't like handling. I get away with it then, though, because I can say, well, it weren't me handling. Sammy, I'm a tarantula, says Steve. Awesome. I'll be at Cov. Says spiders. Oh, Mark. Victoria, always remember Leah. She shouts at the laptop when we watch her. Cozy Critters, I agree with Sammy. Chris, Jaden, are you subscribed to Scott's Only Fans? He was a third subscription after you and Lewis.
I've had quite a few people ask me to make one of them. You know, it's quite bizarre because, like, there's quite a few fangirls in this hobby. Quite a few of them. And it's quite bizarre because you ain't anyone big or anything. You just do, you know, videos on YouTube.
I'm not too bad now because I just literally send a picture. Like I'm kind of married, happily. Although I do appreciate the attention. You must get tons. You're a good-looking geezer, still young. You must get fangirls left, right, and centre.
And fanboys.
And the fanboys.
I remember this Filipino guy used to message me every morning, and he used to say, "Make sure to take your vitamins for the day." Every morning without fail, and he done it for months and months. And to be fair, the guy's a legend. You know, I'll talk to him from time to time, but that's pretty mad.
Yeah, but it's nice to hear, like, you know, if a guy said, you know, Jaden, I would really love to, blah, 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 blah. It's nice to hear that you take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm waiting for the show where, like, you know, Jay comes up to us and just slaps her ass or something like that. He's coming, isn't it? Lisa, no worries with me, Mr. Grindler. I'm old enough to be your mum. You never know, Lisa. Still try your luck.
You know, I know quite a lot of people from work and that, and I've heard some stories of like them being 19, hooking up with 47-year-old women. It's
I got yeah. When I was 19, 20, I can't because Tara's probably still watching.
Exactly, Leah. We're just idiots who make videos.
Unless they turn up on your doorstep, Scott. Mate, Lee, I'd phone the police before Tara got to him, to be honest. Don't think Clive would like it. He certainly wouldn't, no. Steve says it's nice when another bloke says he fancies you unless it happens in prison.
Well, you just take it as a compliment, didn't you?
I do, yeah. I do.
What's wrong with holding pockets?
Oh, 1 second.
You're all safe for me. I love my hobby regardless.
Well, that was something like... Yeah.
Just wearing your pants.
You're all safe with me. I love my hobby regardless. Yes, I mean, I try not to flirt, right? But I find a lot of people attractive. But I know where the line is.
Nah, I just what's the word? I have banter, if that makes sense. Yeah. I like people that can take banter. You know, people that ain't too serious. I'll get asked.
That doesn't surprise me, Steve. Leah's lying. She does get fangirls or boys.
What we all need is like a female on the channel, female presence to please a lot of men and women.
When we had Bethany on, and she mentioned she did a bit of pole dancing, so I think all the lads in the chat just literally went from feeding spiders and stuff to going.
Well, did you not see it when she posted a photo once on her Instagram? teased a little photo of her pole dancing on Instagram. I'll bet a lot of the guys then were just like, oh.
Chris says, I'm only a fanboy for Exo Terrors. When he met Beth, right, when Chris met Bethany, he was almost shaking. He was like, and that was it, to the point where we were still taking the piss out of him about it on the way home.
I bet a lot of people were, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm only a fanboy for Exoterras. I love it.
Chris is like Birmingham way, right? So the whole of the Midlands, you can't find Exoterras. Because if he sees one going for like 10, 15 quid, he's gone and he's got it. And before you even go to message the guy, he's like, oh, yeah, got somebody coming. And then the next minute, Chris is showing you a picture of this Exoterra that he picked up. And it's like, for fuck's sake, I need some enclosures.
There's plenty down here on the Facebook marketplace and that.
Don't tell him that, because he'll have you go.
Chris will be down now.
I got a bit shaky meeting Scott and Dave, and they're both too old for me. Oh, thanks, Jay. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. You know, unless that's his little Jaden signal. That is. He's going to be cooking you a dinner, isn't he?
I want that dinner, Jay. I want it candle lit the lot.
Gravesend is also a hot spot for Exos.
Nice.
Exactly, Anton. You're all allowed to look at the menu as long as you get your dinner in the house. Rules I stick by. Yeah, I say that to the wife. You know, if there's a decent, if she's walking around town as a good-looking bloke, I expect her to go, oh, that's nice, and then carry on. It's called like, you know, hormones, isn't it?
Yeah, Jay, I want a nice candle lit bath as well, some rose petals inside. Get some salts in there as well.
Philip Fish says, what YouTubes have inspired you both? In the beginning,
I don't watch a lot of YouTube.
In the beginning, it was like Adam from the Invert Barium, Sam from Bug Realms, the Invert Kingdom, Peter Webster. And then obviously to get into YouTube itself, in the beginning it was Jaden, because he helped me loads with like Kind Master. Definitely. And literally just little snippets of information you used to give me, like how to put music on and how to turn it down and all that crap. And this is like, what, 2 years ago? Probably a bit longer.
Nearly 4. No, nearly 3.
Yeah, I've been doing it for, I think, over 3 years now. I think you was doing it before me, though.
About 3 months before you, yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be that long.
You started.
Yeah, you must be coming up to 4 years now.
Don't say that. Can't be.
Because my old channel was over 2 years.
3 years. It's got to be 3 years.
Yeah, because my old channel was over 2 years, and then this one's coming up to a year. So for me, it's been just over 3 years. So it must be coming up to 4 for you at least.
Got to be then.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Goes so quick.
Right.
It goes. It really does. I love Adam's channel, says Phil. What I do like is like everybody's like so helpful and so nice. Everybody.
You do get the odd bits of drama in the hobby, but that's expected with every hobby.
I just avoid it all now. I can't, because I just say stuff and then the next day think, oh shit.
I just don't talk to people.
a lot of the stuff you see on Facebook and you see the arguments going on, and somebody says, "Have you seen this over on here?" And I'm like, "No, I don't really want to."
Anton's comment. the plug me on your YouTube channel, Grindler. I'll tickle your ass.
Hey, Balfour Town.
I must admit, Anton, I'm not into that, unfortunately. back. Sorry, couple of my big females out and about 4 looking plump to say at least. That's great.
I can't stand loud commercials on the TV, says Kale. Facebook is only good for memes, says Tony. It can be a really good tool, but you can have like a really good group, and then you chuck somebody in that's going to say something out of line, then suddenly the whole group's like changes, and it's like, oh, come on. That's the same problem with any community, whether it be like Facebook, your mates, whatever. Hey, Beetle guy. Where do you see the channel going in the future, Jaden?
Probably with me ending it at some point. No, I can't lie. I'm not going to be doing this forever, am I?
You don't know. What happens if like you get a viral video and you get up to 500 subscribers that are watching your content?
Well, I'll still stop eventually down the line.
Some point you go to the top.
I'm only ever going to be doing it for as long as I'm enjoying it. At the end of the day, you know, where the channel goes, like obviously I'm getting into a bit more reptiles, so it would be nice to show some other stuff off. I want to get into some other types of inverts as well, like say like the ants as well. Like, you know, I've started getting ants. I've already got an ant colony as well. I don't know. Like, eventually I'm gonna be like, that's it, call it quits. You know, I probably should have done it the past year, if I'm honest. Like everything that sort of happened and went on. I don't know how I've done the channel, you know, carried it on, but I probably should have done it last year. But it just sort of shows that, you know, because I didn't, it does mean a lot to me, and it does deep down. But I can't see myself doing it for forever. Like, even if, like you said, I'd had millions of subscribers, I probably still would finish it off sometime. You know, you could change your channel to something else. I might get into something else one day and decide to do a different channel. But yeah, I don't know. I can't predict what the future holds.
I might get a pling from Venomous Visions at Coventry. Not had a centipede before. What makes a good display enclosure for a centipede? Centipede is very much like your burrowing species, so it's going to be a tub of dirt, and you're lucky if you see them, to be honest. Mine literally just burrow. They burrow. They like being out of the way. The best thing for a hide for a centipede is a flat piece of cork bark as close to the ground as you can get it, and then it might not burrow. It might stay underneath there. My Tahani's got all that and never see it.
Michael asked if I'm ever going to try grow a beard. So I have not been able to grow a beard all my life. I must admit, though, I get quite a lot of hair under here. It's just all patchy around here, so I just shave it all the time.
I was 33 before I had to shave the whole area of my face on a regular basis.
I would love it if I could grow a beard. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't dye it green either. But then again, I probably wouldn't have green hair with a beard. I think that's maybe when I'd embrace my true colour again. But I don't know if it's ever going to get there.
I think you've still got like really young looks.
Yeah.
Which
I think I've aged quite a bit over the past 3 years.
That's no criticism. That is pure compliments. And I think a beard would probably put a few years on you. So I'd say embrace that, like that young look while you've got it. You know,
it's quite mad because all the smoking I've smoked since I was 16, and obviously that ages you, and all the all the stuff I used to take years back. I thought that probably would have made me look a bit older, but yeah, I'm still got a young look for the time being. It's probably going to hit me one day, but.
Well, you know, my addiction stopped 8 years ago. But what I've seen is my mates that drink. I've never been a massive drinker. They're the ones that look like they're in their 50s, and the ones that haven't drunk, they're the ones that look quite young. I think alcohol plays quite a lot, and caffeine.
See, I'm very good. I don't drink. I've never been a big drinker. You know, I drink from time to time. But hello, Sammy.
Could you answer Sammy's comment just while I pop for a piss?
How do I go about starting a YouTube
Please.
channel centered around my tarantulas? Any advice? Advice would be, first of all, get yourself the equipment, get yourself a light. You can use your phone or a camera. Get a logo sorted out, a logo that you like. When I first started my channel, my old channel, I'd probably changed the logo about 4 times in the space of 2 months. But yeah, get the banner done, your channel sorted out, so your logo, your banner. Think of some video ideas. Think about what you sort of want the channel to be about. But I would always recommend at least recording 4 videos. Get or even more. Get a little bit of a backlog to start with. Get a couple of ideas ahead, because that will help a lot as well. And just keep at it, because if it's something that you enjoy, a lot of people tend to start a YouTube channel and think, oh, I'm going to get big in 2 minutes and I'm going to be some big person. And the reality is, YouTube's very hard. You got to get discovered. You got to have people that watch you, and some people might not like you. But saying that, you are a woman, and I don't want to sound sexist, but women normally do a lot better on YouTube than men. I'm just saying. It is a fact. There is a lot of thirsty men in this world. A lot of thirsty men. So yeah, you got that on your side.
Somebody said it earlier, sex sells. But then
It may sound really sexist, but it's a fact. There is a lot of thirsty men. A bit like Chris with Beth.
Yes. But then you said it yourself though. You get a lot of fangirling. So I suppose it works both ways.
Not as much as what a woman would receive.
No. Chris. Just scroll back up.
Jackson said they do have an advantage. My eldest jumping spider is over 2.5 years now.
Oh no, Liz Jumper's just passed away.
And I think doing YouTube really helps your confidence as well. Like, my first ever video on my old channel, I was like a scared little boy. And my confidence now is a lot better. So
well, I remember you saying before YouTube you were very quiet, wouldn't talk to many people.
I don't regret starting my channel. I just wish I had more time to film for it. It does take a lot of time. And I think it changes the hobby a bit for you as well, because if you wasn't doing, YouTube and recording videos, you can just actually properly crack on with all the spiders. Like when you go to feed them, when you go to do rehouses. But when you actually do the videos for them, you got to think, oh, right, I need to set up everything. I need to actually record this. You need to sort of plan it out a little bit. So I guess it sort of takes, for some people, the fun out of actual spiders, because they might feel a bit stressed with the whole recording side of things. They might get a bit overwhelmed. I think that's the correct word to say, overwhelmed. I'm a massive overthinker and worry too much about opinion, but have to just think.
No worries.
F it and get on yourself. See, I used to be, to be fair, people tell me their opinions on stuff, and I think my videos are absolute trash sometimes. Like, absolute trash, but you guys seem to... I think we always criticize ourselves. We always think we can do better. That's something that's always in the back of my head anyway.
Do you find vaping affects your humidity in your enclosures? Not one bit. Not at all.
If you was blowing it in there, maybe, but
yeah. If I had this live open and I was blowing it in like Jaden says, then yeah, definitely. But that's his fucking wallet, not his chair. The chair squeaks. It's squeaked for over what? Since Christmas, since the day I got it, and it's kind of
have an old chair that squeaks. It used to be horrible. This one squeaks a little bit.
From brand new.
I think they just squeak.
Yeah, Vivian is a nervous wreck on film. She's coming on the live. There's going to be a the Dutch takeover is the 11th of October, was it, Vivian? I can't remember. I have to check back through the messages. No, I can't remember.
For a YouTube channel. Plus, I've got the face for radio, but ironically, a voice for TV. What's he been doing in the chair?
The 11th of October, yeah. It's his wallet from all the super chats, says Anton. You'd be surprised, actually. It'd be beneficial to all YouTubers if the super chats just went straight to PayPal. So we haven't got to pay YouTube, then we ain't got to do the American tax on top of that as well, you know?
They take a big percentage, YouTube.
They take the piss, don't they?
Yeah.
But I suppose that's how they make money in it.
Yeah, they got to make money at the end of the day. I need to get the chat back up on my phone. After all his wildlife, it's probably his hip joints. Sounds well, videos doing well. So, does this Philip Fish have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me search that.
There's a lot of DWA stuff on there.
Well, it's called Philip Fish 50.
I was surprised with remember Mark's tarantulas?
Yes.
One of his videos came up 3 years ago, and he had a brown recluse. I was like, I've never seen it before. I was like, wow. And everything he was doing then, we're all doing now. We're just literally just starting, like planted enclosures and stuff like that. Careful, Anton. They're only like 2 and 3.
That's crazy. 10k views from 6 months ago on his 6-eyed sand spider bite and hide. That's awesome. You want to stick that on TikTok or something? I do like how they put the sand over themselves. Sorry, I was just looking at that video quick.
Where they do this?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm AFK, water and teas. Thanks.
So are you back in your original spider room now?
No. Nah, so... Yeah, it's a bit complicated at the minute.
So is this Mark III?
This is... 3 or 4.
Do you still get comments about the rehousing table? That is legendary. So many people are making the same type of thing with the raised.
Yeah, so when all the teas came to here, we done another table as well. We changed a different one. The previous one I actually smashed with a sledgehammer. I got it recorded. I need to put that as a reel. I wanted to do it as a reel. I got the sledgehammer out and I just demolished the shit out of it.
Someone mentioned
yeah, then we made this one, but it could all be changing again soon. That's all I'm going to say.
Did you see how fast the comments were going earlier, Anton? I can't catch up with all of them and look at Jaden, because when I ask Jaden something or any guest that comes on, I'm looking at his eyes. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how I carry a conversation. Dave even mentioned it in his video.
Yeah, I think maybe after Christmas it might be changing again.
Wish I had the space to make a Mr Grindler table. Wait till Chris and Lewis finish doing their table and just watch Chris's on Wheels, his channel. That's a space saving table. It's pretty brilliant.
The tables are a great idea, to be fair. It's good. It's good for recording. It's good to have them out. I haven't got that worry of them falling off the edge, which gives me that sort of satisfaction. And plus, I love the green and the black.
Mr Grindlers tables for sale on Amazon 2023. Can't wait for Lewis's and Chris's to be finished. Matt, it's awesome. It is like I don't really say much because it will spoil it for them. So
MDF. Yeah, you can make it out of MDF. You can make it out of anything. All you want is just some lips. You want some lips on a table. So this one we got at the minute, it's an old like an oak dining room table. I've put some Fablon over it, and then also put some wood along the sides with some plastic. Oh my god, some plastic. What is it?
Am I all right to mention it, Chris?
I don't know what it's called, but it's plastic sort of beading stuff like L corner profiles, and it sort of makes that sort of
lips. Yeah. Night, Leah.
Night, Leah. Jaden said lips.
Yeah. So what their idea is they've put the lip on the table, but then they put an overhang on.
Yeah.
And the lip is the same height as a cricket container. So if a spider goes in, they can just get the container and go bump, and it's got nowhere to go.
That's awesome. It's like, you know, the trencher room tubs.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I can put one of them up against my lip and it fits straight underneath, which is quite
Yeah.
good because then if I want one to run in and it's on the side, I can put that on the side.
Go straight in.
It and it will run straight into it. So yeah, it's good. Honestly, tables are like, get creative with it. You can turn a table into so much. Like you could put like a whole frame on top of it, get some lights coming down. Like you can have the full shebang. Unfortunately, with the spider room where it is at the minute, I have to have like a portable table. So my table goes on top of another table. And then, you know, when I'm not using it, I can pick that tabletop. It's like a tabletop table. I can pick that up, rest it up. So, you know, it's slanted up. And then the original table for its use is able to be used again. I'd lose them in my kitchen. But I originally went off the idea of Trancher Collective. Like he had a table, didn't he? It weren't really a table. I don't really know what it is, but it has these tiny little lips on, just tiny ass little lips. And I remember watching these videos, and I was like, having a table is a really good idea. And then I just thought to myself, you want something with a big lip, I'm going to get the kids to make me one out of Lego. That would be absolutely brilliant, actually. I'd like to see that. I would like to see a spider Lego table. That would probably require a lot of Lego. That could be done, though.
Do you reckon you go back to doing a couple of videos a week?
Yeah, after Christmas, I'm hoping when everything's a bit more organised, I can go back to recording 2 videos and editing up 2 videos. I just find time really, really hard at the minute. You know,
I don't think there's anybody that can not give you respect for what you did with your time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just go, look, you know, I'm going to do one for a bit because I want to spend time with my kids. That.
Yeah, I've had a lot to do this year, and a lot more, more important stuff. But I've kept on top of this, if that makes sense. I've managed to push one video out a week, but it is going to be like that for a good more couple months.
What did work say when you went wandering in with green hair? Did they know it was going to happen?
I asked my store manager before it happened. They just didn't realise it was going to be that bright. They were thinking more of like a dark green, and I had it quite light green originally, and their faces were a bit like, but you know, companies are very diverse nowadays. It's all about diversity. Sorry. So you know, me with green hair, bit of diversity in the workplace.
Turn the poker table into a pokey table. Currently use.
You could even.
You can
use
like
a box. What is it? You know, a pool table. You could even transform a pool table, like where you have the little, I don't know what it's called, where the balls go down. into the little
Pocket.
nets. Yeah, into little
Little
pockets. You could like put cups in them, and if the tarantula goes in a cup, boom, you can take it out. Like there's so many ideas with tables. I feel like I need a pool table now just to try and.
I like the idea of getting like a piece of MDMF, putting ellipse down the side, but down both sides and one end, and then hinging it onto the wall. And then you could just literally have a fold out leg again on a hinge just to drop down. So you could just lift it up off the wall and boom, there you go.
That's brilliant, actually. Yeah.
Because I've got a desk in here, but this is a kitchen. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking about something like that, just to guitar a bit more room back.
So where's your teas at the minute? What room's it in?
Kitchen.
Still the kitchen. Yeah, because it's always in the kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're taking up her kitchen.
Massively so. It's a big kitchen, to be fair. There's a lot of wall space.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be moving soon. I think we're moving soon. So.
Do you work in a shop? I work in a shop. I work in retail. Yeah. So
in summers.
I'm known by a lot of customers as the guy with green hair.
Yeah, but then people will come back to you because you've got the green hair, and they remember you, and they'll remember talking to you last time and going, "Oh, he was really nice." You know, go back and see him.
I must admit, I do get a few comments about my hair, like bad comments from time to time. But on top of that, the majority of the customers give me a lot of, nice comments. They're always like, "Oh, love your hair, by the way." And then you get a lot of people go, "Oh, you should dye your hair orange because of where you work." And it's just like, why would I do that?
It's just being stupid. I think the negativity. I mean, it's 2022. You should be able to dye your hair whatever fucking colour you want, just like you should be able to wear whatever you want and all the rest of it.
I just love it because, like, when people are looking at you, you can tell they're obviously talking about your hair. I just like staring at them, and sometimes I just give them a little wave, like.
You see, Layla wants like red streaks, but she can't because of the school. The school said they can have the hair dyed, but it has to be natural hair colours. So she could have long blonde hair if she wanted, or she could go from like dark brown to black or to light brown or whatever, but she can't have like a red streak or something. I'm like, hold on a minute. You're the school, and you're the school of Coventry that promotes diversity the most, yet the kids can't have the hair coloured. Work that out.
It is crazy.
There's your next career path from tarantulas to tables, Jada. Exactly.
I just at the end of the day, I love doing, what's the word? Video graph. I don't know what the word is. I like taking videos, and I love taking photos as well. Macro photography is quite a big thing. I also got, is it a telephoto lens? The ones that do wildlife outside. Is that what you use them for?
Mate,
I can't remember what it was, but I got one of them lenses that you use for photography outside. Because I want to start like taking photos of birds. And
the way I got told with this is the macro lens clips onto the end of it, but then this bit of the zoom, that's what it uses or something. That's how, and that's all I know.
Do you use a filter lens?
No.
Is that what that macro lens is, or?
The macro lens basically takes this magnification, and instead of giving it for distance, can give it for close up.
Because I started off with filter lenses, like literally one little lens that I can screw on the end, and I used to always have to get to a certain sort of thing. But I use that for about a year. Filter lenses, they're really cheap, but they're really good. Like if you haven't got macro photography, like a lens, just get a filter lens. It does literally the same job.
The Raynox 150 lens, it just clips straight onto majority of cameras. Because it's, even if you haven't got the screw part on the end of the camera, it can, as long as there's a lip, it's got like two buttons that push out, so it'll clip onto it. Like Nessa says, macro equals a close-up. So that extension, when it extends out to zoom in on a tree miles away, the macro lens will make that go on close up instead.
I can't remember what I think it's a telephoto lens, the one for animal photography, like birds. When you want to zoom in proper from far back, I think
That's what
telephoto.
that extension bit's the telephoto.
Um,
We need Andrew Bailey. He's the one, and Welsh morphology.
because that's my macro one there. I use a Sigma.
Yeah.
I've got one little lens there as well. That's one of the telephoto lenses.
Where's my Raynox gone? Let me see if I can see it.
Then for my actual camera, I've got one that sort of goes in and out. And then on this camera, I've got another one that sort of zooms in and out. I'm rubbish for lenses.
That's it. So that screws off.
Yeah, so I bought a telephoto lens, Anton, for the bird photography, and yeah, they do cost a lot, especially an original Sony one.
I think Matt said, "What's the cheapest vlogging camera?" Your phone. It's pretty much the cheapest you can get. I'd say 80% of my videos are done on my phone.
But honestly, Sony. I keep promoting Sony. I've got everything Sony. 4K, 120 frames per second, slow motion. I think this is the first ever phone to do that. So Sony's the first ever people to get that out on a camera. But obviously, a lot of other places are going to follow that soon. But phones are pretty much catching up to thingy. Like this has got the alpha technology in it, same as what my Sony camera does. So it's got the little A symbol.
So Sony the first ones to bring out that dual focus as well, weren't they? The product focus. So if you switch that in, if I do this, it's focused on me. As soon as I go like that, it'll focus on what's in front. So it will just switch straight to my fingertips. So if you're doing an unboxing, you're focused on the box, and then when you pick up something, it will focus straight in on that.
Yeah.
That was Sony.
Fucking brilliant. I need to try using this one a bit more because I like how the screen flips around. That's like your one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Your screen flips out.
And then you can turn it.
Yeah, see, mine doesn't twist. It only goes back and forth. There you go.
Then it does all that as well. So if you've got it angled down somewhere, you can still keep the screen where you want it.
Yeah, see, they should put that on this one. But then with this one, it doesn't spin round. It only it comes out like that.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't actually spin round on this one. But it's only on my little vloggy one that it does.
That's what that one is. That's the SV1. And at the time, it was supposed to be one of the best vlogging cameras. I was like, oh, okay, I'll get that and see what happens. And then I got it and it didn't have the macro on it. I was like, oh, fuck, now what?
So Anton, your phone's 4K. The frames per second is probably up to 60.
Yeah.
Like 120 frames per second has been unknown on a phone until recently.
Yeah, the S9 Edge has 4K, super slow-mo, and so on. Yeah.
So does that do 120 frames per second?
I have no idea. Chris, does it do 120 frames per second?
Because a lot of phones are going to start following it now.
I've got to look into it more.
Is it Huawei or whatever it is? They have really good phone cameras. The videos and the phone. The only thing is they don't support Android anymore, do they? Or something? The Play Store. I think it's something different. So
cheers, baby. The S9 doesn't. Chris's has got the S22 that does go up to 125 frames per second.
I've got the S21 Ultra as my second phone. I really like that. They're really fast.
Inverts with Chaz, I won't be dyeing my eyebrows blue. if you've not noticed, I've hardly got any eyebrows as it is. Just see, it'll look like I'm wearing eyeliner.
Yeah, so the S22, the Galaxy S22, does up to 960 frames, but only does 16 seconds of playback. That's crazy.
But then for the But for 4K and stuff like that on your phone, you need the space. And bear in mind, if you use something like KineMaster, let's say if you film in 4K and you do a show video, it's 20 minutes long. So you've got your clips already stored. Then you put those clips into KineMaster, and then KineMaster then makes a 20-minute video to be processed into 4K to then also be stored on your phone next to all your clips. So you end up having to delete apps sometimes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just use I use an SD card to stick it all on, so it doesn't fill up the phone memory. I
ain't got that on there.
Like even 4K recording on a phone. Like if you compare 4K recording on a phone to a camera, the camera is always better. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They boast about how it's got 4K and blah 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 blah, but it just doesn't compare to it.
No.
Like I don't know if that's because of the amount of stuff you can fit on a phone, like how compact a phone is. But they are getting there. But the 4K isn't as good as an actual camera. The only difference is a camera is very, very expensive. You got all the lenses, like you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds down the line that you're spending. Like I want one of them. I can't remember what the lens is. It's one of them like probe lenses with the light on, and like that's 1,000, I think 600 on its own. Like 1,600 for a lens. Are you having a laugh? Like Jaden said earlier, record next laptop and store on its external. Yeah, so you can do that as well. But then if he wants to put it back on his phone, he's still got to transfer it. Like
there's a pair of YouTubers in Coventry that I know, and they do Pokemon, and they do Pokemon unboxing and all the rest of it. They've literally just bought themselves a 5-bedroom house, right? They've got millions of subs, and I was chatting to them. And they spend like 20, 30 grand on cameras just to put in front of a pack of Pokemon cards. And I'm like, what? You could do it on your camera, on a phone camera. But that's what they were saying. But you don't get that crystal clear, crisp look on the cameras, on the phones, as what you do on a camera.
The technology in cameras is a lot more advanced. They might both be 4K, but to be fair, like this one here, like I don't even know if you guys know, all my stuff is recorded in HD pretty much.
HD.
Where I do slow motion, I do it all in HD, but with a camera, it makes HD a lot better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the HD stuff looks better than a 4K footage on a phone. I don't really understand it all, to be fair. It's a bit too technological for me.
I think once 4K becomes a bit like HD, as in available everywhere to everybody, that's probably when I'll start doing everything in 4K. But there's no point. I mean, my TV is not 4K; it's FHD.
A lot of people still use a lot of HD stuff.
Plus, it processes quicker and loads up to YouTube a lot quicker.
It's like my video yesterday. I didn't think I was going to get it done in time. And the video was 45 minutes in the end. Normally, I put it into 2 separate videos, so it's not that long. But I literally finished it at, I think it was 6:30. I exported it, uploaded it, a 45-minute video, and it was already processed by 8:30 because it was HD. If I'd done that in 4K, it wouldn't have been processed, and I wouldn't have had it out. And then I probably wouldn't have done it tonight because I'm on the stream, so I'm not going to do a live premiere when I'm on a stream. So luckily enough, it got done.
The cameras on phones will never be as good as DSLR mirrorless cameras. This is because of the size of the sensor on the phone will never be as big as a camera one. So
Is it because of like the light coming in, or they capture more light. Ah,
what lighting do you think's best for close-ups?
I
Philip,
actually use.
you have to play with lighting.
Hang on.
I use a ring light, which has got like loads of little settings on a wheel. You just spin the wheel. So I'll put the camera there, set it all up, and then I'll just spin the wheel until it looks right, and I'll go with that.
I use a ring light, and I also use little sort of lights like this.
So I ain't got any of those yet.
So I put these on tripods.
I do, Anton.
And then you've also got ones like this. So
is that the multicoloured ones?
Yeah, I think it can change colour. Let me have a look. Can it or can it not? Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got that lovely warmth one as well, ain't you? See, to be honest, I think my next buy will be a Polaroid lens, and that's only because I'm quite into fish, so I enjoy going around the pet shops where the fish are, and you get a lot of bounce back off the water in the tanks. And I'm wondering if a Polaroid lens would help that.
Tarantula Rookie. All I can say is on the back they just say video lights, but they're like LED video lights. So this one does say LED photo video light. But just look for LED video lights. Make sure you go for one that has a lot of the LEDs in, because you'll probably end up ordering one that says a couple of hundred, and they'll end up being a really small.
Hey, Derek. A8 converter man. Bailey says use a diffuser. He does, yeah, and he'll say you can make one yourself and all the rest of it. But what Jaden's got there is a diffuser. Yeah,
so they have the little. You can change the colors on these ones, but on this one it's already got a little cap on it. As for the ring light, I was showing Scott earlier.
Polarized, yes, Michael, nice one.
So I do use a ring light as well. Yeah, newer. I used to have these newer sort of box lights as well, for the old table, which was really good.
Hey, Annie.
But then with a camera, obviously the ISO settings, I tend to try and keep my ISO at about 400 to 500, because I don't like having my ISO really high. So obviously I need more light. The more light you got, the lower the ISO you can have.
But the better the video.
Yeah, and then obviously the whole aperture thing. It's so complicated.
That does my head in. I don't fuck around with that. I'll go for ISO.
Higher. I think the higher the aperture, it's either way. The higher the aperture, the more focused in one area it is. But then the lower it is, the more sort of it spreads the focus out, and then sometimes it goes a bit weird.
I'll put my camera there, and if I like it, I like it. And then all I do is just change the ISO, I'll move the light further away, I'll turn the light up and down. That's it. Otherwise, for me, it's just too much otherwise. But like I said, I did that Spa interview, and that was quite dark. And then after that interview, I found out about the ISO. You can turn it up and down on the camera to make it brighter. I was like, are you taking the... I was like,
I remember when I first got my camera and my ISO was so high, and I was like, why are my videos so bright? And then I learned ISO, and I felt like a right idiot.
Yeah.
Like you spend this money on a camera and you don't even know how to use it. I remember doing a video. I was like, it was called End of the Bright Days or something. I don't really remember. I don't even know how to work my ISO. I love how we've all been in the same boat.
I'm just trying to remember the channel I watched, but I can't remember it. There's
there you go. Opposite
Why-
Jaden,
yeah.
wider the aperture, the deeper the vocal distance, but needs more light. See, look, he's already complicating me, confusing me. Sorry. Honestly, I'll just whack the dials around until it looks decent for me.
All the gear with no idea.
Exactly.
Yeah. My ring light that was given to me. My mate works for Gentings Casino, and when they took all the video equipment over to Malta, they left 2 of the ring lights behind, so he gave me one. They took all the cameras, though, unfortunately.
You think about it though, like the menus on these things are just absolutely insane.
But
there's so much stuff.
You've literally, it's Sony vlogging camera, so you've got the same as me on there, I think.
I haven't checked this vlogging one before. I haven't really delved into the settings on this. But yeah, see, that's pretty much the same as well. Yeah.
But then you've got under these headings, you've also got sub menus as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, so what does this do? What does that do? And you think, I don't want to mess with anything just in case it fucks it up, and then you're back to resetting your whole camera. It's got some good out of the box settings though. It has got some really straight out of the box good settings. So if you're just
you get auto settings now as well, and then you can get part auto, and you can. I have it so I can change the ISO and the aperture or whatever it is. Going on Chris's comment about the pro mode, so you actually have where is it? So you've got the oh my god. You've got like the pro mode on the Sony camera as well. And it's just like a camera.
That's cool.
It's literally just like a camera on a phone. And you can change like all the ISO and all that, and helps you learn a bit more about it all.
You just want you want a camera where you can click one button for it to go, yep, you're doing a vlog. Click another button for it to go, oh yeah, you're at a show. Click another one, you're outside, and click another one, you're doing your close-ups. That do me down to the ground.
What?
Night, Vivian.
Night, Vivian. Is it in there? Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this noise, but when I take photos, this is how rapid I take them. And then I just go back and I look at all the focus ones. I don't know if you're going to hear the noise though. Let me just take the cap off. Can you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Okay, so bear with me. Let me just get it all set up.
But while Jaden's doing that, as well as the cameras, you've then got to look at microphones as well, which can be a pain in the bum. Because there's a lot of microphones out there and there are a lot of money, and trying to get the right one is a pain.
Okay, so I would take a photo like this. Wait.
Hey, Gordon.
Right. Why are my settings all messed up?
Is that a Rode mic?
Yeah.
They're brilliant. I got the long one on mine. I ain't got a big fluffy thing on it.
Right, here's the noise. So if I'm taking a photo of a tarantula.
So you can then pick the right one.
Yeah, so then I've got like 50 photos of the same tarantula, and I'll just go through them all, and I find the ones that are focused. But then I also tend to use on my macro lens, I use manual focus quite a lot, because when I go to zoom in, I can do like this really super zoom in, so I can super zoom in on the eyes, and I can get really clear focus. And then as I take the photo, it goes back out like the super zoom. It's odd.
I'm going Gordon, Coventry show.
Need a mic for my video. Yeah, so I use one of these mics. But then I also use a little Rode one on here as well. I do need to get a proper a different Rode mic because I want a different one for this one.
I use my sexing device, the Rode one, which is got the 9-volt battery on it as well. And then
Yeah, see, I want something along the lines of that. I have got a Rode one, but this one just, I don't know. I feel like I could have a better one.
But then for live streams, do you know when you're going through TikTok, you come to a live where they're tapping it and doing all that crap on the microphone?
Yeah, like one of these.
That's literally what that one is.
Or like
But that's
the little Yeti ones, I think they're called.
that's the Blue Ice, yeah.
Coventry. There you go. You need to start breathing in it. You need to start going.
No. Jaden, what are you wearing?
You might have a few more fangirls slipping.
Yeah.
Start making requests for their bedtime.
Two adults comparing their
ASMR bedtime requests. Two adults, they're comparing their sex. Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't realise what the time is. That is absolutely mad. I do need to go for a quick wee.
All right, no worries.
My bladder isn't that good. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, night, Ian. Thanks for joining me.
Night, Ian. It's a pleasure talking to you. I'll be 2 seconds.
He's had a lot of poos tonight, hasn't he? I'm looking forward to Coventry show. Coventry's going to be pretty epic, I think. It's the first one in Coventry as well. I was kind of pestering Lee like 2-3 years ago about setting an Inverts show up, Inverts UK show up, kind of in the Midlands, and he's finally done it off his own back, which is awesome. He is off for another Amber Turd. There is that. The cricket I mentioned the other day in the video is still in it, and I can hear it. Tara's not heard it yet, so I'm doing all right. I don't know if I can make it anymore because of the new puppy. Need to find someone who drives to come with me. Tony, what area are you in? And we'll see if anybody's in chat that can hook up with you, maybe for a lift. Is the venue easy to get to, Scott? I know you said there was plenty of park. Yeah, it's a piece of piddle to get to be fair. Google Maps just takes you literally straight to the car park. So don't worry. It's not like if you're gonna get a hotel, look at where the venue is in Coventry before you book your hotel. I'd say it is near a roundabout, yeah. It's a nice venue actually. It's not too bad at all. Oh, night, Annie. North Yorkshire, close to Middlesbrough. So is anybody coming to the Coventry show that's in the Middlesbrough area? North Yorkshire, that could hook up with Tony and give her a lift. That would be pretty awesome.
So I'm just trying to get the chat back up on my phone.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm going to get into about another 5 minutes on the stream, and then I'm going to have to disappear.
No, that's fine, dude. No, I've had fun tonight. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've done a live stream.
You're needed back on them. You are needed back on the streams. I think we're all looking forward to after Christmas when you start doing like 1 or 2 again.
I think if I do them again, it's going to be the feeding streams. But I've had a thought about this, and if I do it as a feeding stream, I still need to record off my camera. So I'm going to have to do like sort of feeds where I use a webcam and I use the camera to record it, and also take photos at the same time. But I said on one of my videos, you know, one of the worst things that I'm probably known for is messaging people back. And I feel like if I at least done one live stream a week, you know, like feeds for a couple of hours, I get to talk to people that might sort of fill in that sort of void that people feel like they're missing out on. Because that's a chance for people to ask me stuff. You know, that they might have messaged me and, you know, I might not have, you know, seen it because I'm terrible on Messenger. But like I said, I barely ever actually go on my normal Facebook anymore. It's normally my Mr Grindlers one that I'm normally always on.
Being a cool live stream tonight. Cheers, Michael.
Didn't realise you were just over the water. Whereabouts are you, Trancho Rookie? Did you say Gravesend? Because if you're Gravesend, you're literally 20 minutes from me. If that. I think you literally got to go down the motorway a bit. I'm actually below Gravesend. Essex. Yeah, so you're just if you're in Essex, you just got to go through the Dartford Tunnel. You got to go past Dart. Literally, I'm just a bit past Gravesend. Let's put it that way.
Thank you, Gemma. I really enjoyed the live tonight. Before Annie, she said she's really enjoyed watching and seeing Jaden on a live again. Hey, Moon.
So, and hey, Moon. Anton said, "I get people are busy, but I also think people end up with this status, and they feel like the rest of us." So, I don't think I'm above anyone. I just am terrible.
Say it's not on YouTube, by the way.
I'm absolutely terrible with replying. But I've got my reasons, like I said, about the time consuming. And
sometimes it's just difficult. Sometimes you just don't want to go near your phone. You know, everybody has it where you just want to put your phone down and go, well, actually, I just want to chill and watch a film with the missus. I can't.
You're the same as me. You work, you got kids and stuff like that.
It's difficult.
It's hard.
But then I get the fact that if you put yourself out there, people expect you to be there all the time, and I get that. You know, I understand that, but people also need to understand, like, you know, we're just normal people that do normal stuff, and your phone. If you spend all the time like this, you haven't got your head up, and you're missing so much of life. So you can't be glued to your phone all the time. Like Jaden says earlier, you know, if you're glued to your phone all the time, we're gonna miss kids growing up and all sorts. You just can't be like that.
Mr. JDJ still hasn't answered my Instagram for 2 years ago. That's brilliant. No, but if you're reading comments, a simple can't talk to busy at least is something other than the ignorant. That's no fair.
Gordon was at the creature cabin last Saturday. He's got some amazing animals.
The creature cabin. That's Dan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dan and Molly and all that. Yeah.
Ian Trenchler's down London way. Reptasia's down there. He works there on a Saturday. Annie and Robbie are down that way, aren't they?
Thanks for replying to my message, Mr. Grindler. See, that's proof that I do get back to some messages from time to time.
Gemma's lovely.
I think I remember that. I think that was the Balfouri sling. Maybe it's just Balfouri messages I reply to.
Oh, is somebody breeding Balfours wants to give some.
Balfours are answering straight away.
Yeah, Spider King's London.
See, Jay, it wouldn't even take you that long to get down there. I'm not far from London at all.
If he's cooking, you're gonna have to go to him.
Oh, I will take a trip to London for sure.
How far away from London are you? Because I just assume wrongfully that your area is part of London.
If I was to drive, I could drive to Camberwell in probably about 40 minutes. So that ain't too far.
How is Danny doing? Haven't seen him for a while. Which Danny? Talk about Danny Demon.
He done an update on these keeper cards the other day, didn't he? See, it's Bow 4 he's transfer rookie. uh,
Yeah, I think unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to get gone because I've got a couple of things to do before bed. Unfortunately,
I've got a lot to do. To be fair, I'm gonna be up for a good couple more hours.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, yeah, definitely. Well, Jaden, thank you so much for popping in and joining tonight. It's been a long time coming, and hopefully it won't be that long for you to come back again.
No, thank you, dude. I can't believe it's been 3 hours and 24 minutes.
I can't. See, I mean, I've been looking forward to getting you on for ages because at shows we get about 5 minutes. Hi, mate. See you later. That's it. So to get the 3 hours with you chatting, it's been wicked.
I did feel bad at the last at the show just gone because obviously I had half an hour to record the stalls and record the queue. So as I was going around recording, like everyone was like, "Oh, hello," and like I was trying to just keep going, if that makes sense. And I was like, "Oh, I'll come back in 5 minutes." I can't, it is quite hard, but no, honestly, it's been a long time coming. So I appreciate it. It's been fun.
But Tony asked me to work, didn't he? So I was like on his stall, and then I was getting like the odd 5 minutes, and then thinking, shit, I need to get back because he's well busy. And you're like, I'm back. It's like, shit. Oh, cheers, Phil. Appreciate that, mate. But yeah, we shall unfortunately have to end the stream. Thank you to everybody that's been here from the start for the full 3.5 hours. Incredible. And everybody else, thank you so much. Really, really do appreciate all you guys popping along to the Tuesday streams and all the support that you give to not just me, but to Jaden and all the other YouTube channels. It really does mean the world. Can't thank everybody enough, to be honest. Jaden, before you go, you have to say Scott's beard is fake. My God, I'm gonna fucking get him.
Scott's beard is fake. To be fair, at least he's got a beard. I can't really say much on that.
It comes off Amazon, but it is a beard. I'll give you the link. Yes, Chris.
Do they do them in green?
I just gifted a membership. Hey, it's not come up on.
That's saying someone just put bird in the chat. I'd love to get a bird one day. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to have a bird sometime.
Chris is on wheels gifted 1 Scott's Inverts membership. What's that mean? Does that mean somebody can click on it and become a member? No, Anton was gifted a membership by Chris. Ah, nice one. The actual bit didn't come up on StreamYard. I had to go back through the comments. How did you do that? I can't do that. YouTube decided who it goes to. Ah, nice one. That's pretty cool.
That's mad.
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't know you can gift that.
Wow, wicked. So he got to give the gift, but YouTube decided who it goes to. Oh, that's cool. So that means Anton's a channel member.
No worries, Philip. No, but honestly, guys, thank you very much. It's been appreciated. It's been nice to talk to you all. It's been nice to answer some questions as well. I would say, if there's any more questions, message me, but you might be waiting a year.
just message him dick pics. He'll answer those ones.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, Steve going Kempton on Saturday. Yeah, people can gift them, Scott. Gift more then. Gift them. Especially if they're free. If they're free, just pass them out. Only 3 people.
Do you have a lot of emojis on your channel?
I think there's 7 or 8 on there.
Yeah, I love emojis. I think I've unlocked my 5th emoji now. I've got to start designing some more, but
it's pretty cool when they all come up. Tara's
Yeah.
got one for the channel. That's pretty cool.
I gave Craig one. I should probably make one for Charlotte soon enough because Charlotte's been recording a lot of my videos lately. Yeah, she's just not that brave enough to come on the camera yet. But she has started doing Instagram, so
Oh, sweet.
so she's been
Right.
doing her little reels and photos on Instagram.
I am gonna have to disappear, Jaden, unfortunately.
No, that's fine. Honestly, I'll let you finish the stream.
I would love to stay here till about 2 in the morning, but I've got so much to do. I've got quite a bit to do in the next couple of hours.
Close it down. See you
Yeah,
later,
man.
guys.
See you later. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Like I said a minute ago, we really do appreciate it. Make sure you hook up Jaden with a subscription if you haven't already. Go watch all his content, especially his close-up Balfour shit. It is fucking on point, man. It really is on point. All right. Night, everybody.
Night, everyone.